Hey everybody, welcome to the show, episode 9 of Ethauntia Superstitions. This is Blood in the Water. If you've seen the last 2 episodes, you may have accidentally seen me slip up and showcase a map that's coming up for the episode tonight that I'm finally going to get to use that I put in, I think, 4 episodes ago. The first time we saw the Fawn Prince and the Grove showed up outside of our outpost. But to remind our audience, you guys have a job tonight. You're protecting the outpost right now from the encroaching ghouls. Your party would not know, those protecting the place, that the 2 veils have been closed. And you will, after a while, realize that there are less of these ether ghouls showing up. We've done well. We've whittled down one party to almost none, which is the second floor invaders, but the first floor have taken a few of the people from the outpost. With that, we had a treant show up, with both the sisters riding along, fighting off the soul-seeking spiders. And remember, we have 2 more uses of that treant. On a failed roll, the treant can throw a tree from the grove, providing you a boon on your roll. You do need to pick that, though, before you roll your dice, if you want to use that treant boon. You can also use cards, because why not? You guys are putting them out. We should let you use them as well. We're starting here in just a minute, everybody. Timer's not running. I don't know why. Apparently it hates me today. But if you have forgot, there is a discount code right now. If you use the word throne, you save 10% on Streamloot packs, thanks to Streamloots right now. And they're not even taking out of our stuff. They're just taking it as kind of a thank you for our anniversary. So we start in here in about 2 minutes. Get yourself a drink. And we'll see you shortly.
By your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place, looking for others to dispatch. He's out there, watching you from the shadows, creeping ever closer. Come here, you can hide with me. I'll keep you safe.
Dawson 80 played this card.
You're right. You do need to roll better this week. You guys have been in the thick of it, and it has not been. It's not been going bad. Our audience has been surviving. They've been protecting the outpost the best of their ability, but you got support now. A treant that was stolen from a grove from the Never Never that should have stayed imprisoned there, and the group still doesn't even know why that is true. With two sisters using it like a Master Blaster? We'll see how this turns out. I need my audience to immediately roll as we run this intro. We're going to be rolling for our first round of attacks against the ghoul waves that are still here. Here's the rules in case you've forgotten. You get a d20 plus a boon because we haven't lost enough people yet for your rolls. You're doing that twice because you have 2 units of 14. And then I need 4d6 damage as well. You're trying to roll underneath skill level 14. Super easy to do, everybody. So 2d20, you need under a 14. You take the better of the two, and then 4d6 for the damage, and we'll go from there. But, you know, until then, let's run the intro. Get into the show. Boy, you do need to roll better. I'm going to keep that up there just as a reminder. While the hit was great, everybody, a natural 1 means that it's a crit. We're looking for that. We're looking for low. But that 4, let's use Star Drew's reroll damage. Can someone please reroll that? Because that is a horrible start for damage. And it is a crit, so we're going to roll it twice. So please roll 46 twice and add them together, because that is a crit. On top of that, what do we get for our second attack? Did we get a good number? Did we get a second 2d20? I need another one. I don't think anyone else rolled yet, did we? I need a second 2d20 for the other group that is attacking, along with 46 for that. Check the card I just played. Are you wanting to use that? Oh. Okay. Okay. I see you. So, she played a max crit card. She's like, no, we're not allowing this. Look, I'm not going to argue with you. It's your card. So we're going to play this max crit card from Serving Hands. That's a lot of damage. That is 48 damage, everybody. That means that we are wiping out. That was the first one. Oh, not wiping out. Close. 48. Ooh, boy. We have some armor. We are looking at... Oh, God. Actually, even with my armor, I think that's death. No, it's not death yet. It's not death yet. They have 140 each. We're getting very close. As you blow the first wave on that ground floor way after two people have been taken and eaten and pulled back into the tides that are rolling and crashing against the moth light barrier. Our second roll, what do we get for our 2d20? See a 7? That's a hit. Let's take that 17 damage for that one, I think, right? Let's use that. There's no 4d8. Oh, we'll use the reroll on that. So reroll, Star Drew. It was your card. There's no way I'm allowing that to be 5 after we just did a max crit. So we'll use the reroll for yours. So go ahead and reroll that. Meanwhile, out in the distance, as the camera kind of pushes out through the first floor, through the barrier that has been built to cover the porch, you can see the treant grabbing trees, pulling it up out of the ground, and throwing them into the grove, carving a line inside of the first grove. With that, parked in the tree, Allie, this is going to be up to you where you want to be. Let me bring us over. Let's see here. Let me move these offline. And let's bring Allie on here. Hi, welcome back. I hope your little vacation was fun with family.
Absolutely.
Good, I'm gonna ruin it tonight. So, with that, sitting, arguing with your sister, are you inside the tree or are you sitting on branches? Like nestled in like weird pieces in it, like cruxes of trees.
I think that dwarves are a little bit too dense to have that hobbit effect of sitting on the branches, so inside of it seems right.
You're a little quiet if you want to bump yourself up once or check and see if your stuff's running. Or if it's too far from you.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll turn you up a little bit on my end as well. Yeah, I mean, you could sit in the little crux of a tree. It's just going to be, it's going to be odd with two dwarfs sitting there.
Yeah, fair.
All right. So inside the tree it is?
Yeah.
So I'd say you're probably like a meter off the ground, sitting inside the tree, looking out of like the mouth section of the treant. And it's tearing holes through. Your sister still has one hand on the inside of the tree. You can see it glowing that spectral blue as she's communicating with the treant. She looks at you and goes,
"Oh,
this thing is trying to get to the heart of the grove and destroy it for imprisoning it for so long. I don't know if we bail out or help this thing. This is not what I expected when I took this thing to destroy the spirit or to help us. I wasn't expecting it to go AWOL."
There's got to be a reason it's going in for this, and honestly, I feel like...
Yeah, it's a fucking prisoner here.
Yeah. So I say, let him have his freedom.
Yeah, do we want to take the ride, though? Look out the back, you can see the outpost under attack, and there's, like, now waist-high tides between you and that place. And you see the first spectral spider crawl over the mouth as it swats it to the ground and splats it.
Okay. George is very torn between protecting nature, being this treant, and protecting the outpost. So I'm going to make it easy for myself.
How's that?
Cool. Now George is going to brace herself and just kind of exhale and go. You know, I fought with them for a little while. I think that they'll have it under control. They're a very resourceful group. And I'm going to pull out my pine tar bow.
You can't shoot that from inside the tree.
I know. I'm going to say, well, it looks like we have a little bit of company.
Yeah, how are you going to use that inside here? You guys are like shoulder to shoulder inside the trunk of the tree?
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
How are you going to shoot the fucking thing?
I want to try to lean out of the tree.
Nope, you're not. There's no way. It's a fucking bow.
Okay, cool.
Hey, hold on a minute. I feel like I need a expert source to come in here and explain why this does not work. Hey, Drew? Drew, can you explain why you can't shoot a bow inside the trunk of a tree?
Well,
with another person standing next to you?
Well...
Yeah, that's not a good explanation. Nope, already out. You took too long. It'll work. You're gonna need a spell of some form. Or a dagger. You can stab out the hole.
Can stab out of it?
Or you could ask this thing to exit, but there is tides all around.
Yes, apologies. Look, my anime brain went, okay, it's one of those things where you go inside. It's like in Final Fantasy, and there's lots of space, and you could still see. Yeah, no, that's not correct.
No, wrong game.
Yep.
Yeah, not
it's
even.
Just my brain.
Not even fucking close.
No. We can go ahead and do some spell slinging.
I would assume you have spells.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have Tarfire.
Are you attacking the forest, or are you attacking some of the spiders? I will tell you that the rule for the spiders is every round they're going to attack. They have a random roll. There's always at least 2 that will be attacking. The treant will, if it doesn't have to take care of the spiders, if you 2 can do it, it will just keep carving its way into the ring of trees, which is its goal. So,
okay.
If you want to assist it,
cool.
that's probably the best way.
Yeah. I will go ahead and cast Tarfire.
All right.
Or attempt to.
Give me a roll to hit the giant spider. I haven't seen the art for these things. They're fucking creepy.
Oh, I love it.
Drew's whining about spiders.
Eric, before casting it, I am just going to, George is just going to make sure that her rune is in place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You rode here. You would have had time as it stepped up. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And we will go ahead, and now my spell casting is at advantage. Just wanted to make sure things were in place. That is a 12 under 14.
Okay. Is that under?
Yeah.
All right. So,
12 under 14, 1d6 fire.
I am going to try to dodge, evade. It is evadable.
Okay, lucky.
Oh, yeah, that's a 6. It dodges out of the way. You light some of the grass on fire. Even the tides kind of spill away, away from it for a second, and then swallow it again because it's not strong enough or last long enough. Your sister looks at you and goes, "So we're staying."
I don't think we have a whole ton of a choice right now.
You're fucking kidding me? We can leave right now.
Nature needs us.
Oh, sweet fucking God! I know why you left. Fucking priorities are fucking backwards. Family, not nature. Family.
There's an entire group of people over there. This treant only has us.
Who cares? I'm gonna try to reabsorb the soul.
Cool.
I'm gonna see if I can shut this tree down. Kelly, God damn it. With the Bane, she starts trying to absorb it again, and it stops, dead in its tracks, reaches inside and grabs your sister. Can I get a D6 roll from the audience as I'm going to cut to Burke and Drew here in a second? That's going to be for the treant actions to see what exactly happens to the sister. I have an idea, but we will see how bad it is. With that said, let me move Allie out of here. Those who don't know, if you forgot, Burke and Regder, when they jumped out of the forest and Maria got locked inside with the rest, there's tides outside, and they don't have a fucking lantern that can push away the tide. So I'm really curious to see what these two are going to do to find any resemblance of a way to fix this. I don't know if it's going to be a possible thing, but they're going to try their best. As the camera comes down, like a top-down view, you can see the two of them running through the tides, doing their best to navigate to the highest grounds. And we're going to start with, I'm guessing, Regder trying to pick a good way to get out of here safely. So let me just bring them on cam with me. Regder, can I get a equivalent to your survival for you, which is going to be your bushcraft, at 2 Banes?
That bush.
2 Banes. Now, don't start rolling yet. Remember, we can talk about how we're going to do this. It's 2 Banes. We do have some cards. I will let you use a bushcraft card if you would like to negate one of those. And then that means it's 1 Bane, unless Burke has a way to assist you.
Bushcraft, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Check my bushcraft.
I mean, you could have another way. It doesn't have... I'm fine with it not being the same skill if you have something that would work.
I've spent some time in the shit. I know my bushcraft. So I'd like
that's
to
right.
assist
That's true.
using bushcraft.
That's true. All right, so you're assist. So nothing needs to be rolled in this game when you're assisting, which is or helping, right? The action's actually called helping.
Yeah,
in this
helping.
Game.
Yeah.
Too many games. I'm still trying to unpathfinder my mind when running this game. So
Compartmentalize. You may need it later.
Yeah, no, sure. Every day of the week. Not for tragedy, just for other things. So with that, we're going to use one of the survival cards. Let me find one here for you. If you want to give me a roll with no Bane now.
6 under 14.
That's good. That's good. You start picking high points as the waves from the tides are getting stronger. They're starting to fill the lower half of this plateau. And it's going up to, like you would know, when water runs through in the heavy rain seasons, there's that water line that's carved into the plateaus. It's raising up to that level. Which means you're going to be under probably 2 to 8 meters of water in certain spots, or tides in this situation.
We need to claim new.
Now, where you are, there is no good climbing spot. So I'm going to give you two an option. You can try to outrun to the nearest climb point, and you'll be able to climb with climb gear with 1 Bane. Or you can try to climb here at a very jagged, and you're doing inverse climbing in a few spots at 3 Bane. That's not including any of the gear you have or any of that kind of stuff to lessen the harshness. What would you two like to do as you're running?
I'll cast light, so we have something.
Okay. So you have a little bit of light. A little bit of fucking hope.
Yeah, I figure 3 Bane is rough. I guess we'll try and hoof it.
Got the lovely tides here down here for you now on the map.
We'll hoof it to where we can do with not at 3 Bane.
All right, same roll again then. If he casts light, it'll at least let you see when, it won't push tides away, but it'll give you some light. You're looking at the same double Bane. Let me see if we have another bushcraft. We used one from Serving Hand last time. Let's see if we have another ETH bushcraft.
Todd, are you helping again?
Yes.
Use Kyle's as well. All right. So that'll negate it down to 1. And I will say, for those who don't know how bleakness works in this game while he's rolling, I'm just holding rules up. Patreon, I've been putting out this every month when I do updates. There's a big one coming out this month. The tides themselves, are you patching? As long as it's not a 20, you can patch.
It's not.
Did you see my lovely highlight for you in Discord saying, see, it's been here the whole time?
Discord, what's that?
You know,
Okay.
that is true. I am talking to you.
5 under 14.
That's good. So if this goes wrong, for those who don't remember how bleakness works, it's got a virulency of 12, traditional tide. When a tides or creature that carries the bleak makes contact with somebody, the GM secretly rolls a target's con versus the virulence of the bleakness. If they fail, you take a d4 hit points and a d4 willpower of damage, and you become sickened. You cannot recover or heal willpower or your HP until you successfully succeed against the virulence of the bleakness. There are different levels of bleakness that cause bane. It gets harder if you're in like really deep tides. More happens with it as it goes through, but just so you know, that's the number I'll be rolling against using your Constitution score. You plot a course, you run for probably a good 2 miles straight to get to an area that you know is safer to climb at. At the top of this ledge, this is going to take you up pretty close to the outpost, kind of like coming up behind the grove, and that it'll basically put the grove between you and the outpost. But it is a good climb spot. It's what they used before they put the lift in. Do we have climbing gear in the group?
Yes, I have rope and a grappling hook.
A rope and a grappling hook. Does Burke have rope and a grappling hook?
Nope.
So you're climbing without it.
I mean, we can use the same rope.
Yes, but he needs the stuff to tie himself off to it and all that crap. You have to have the gear to get the bonus. You can't share a gear bonus.
Okay, that's fair. But I mean, I will say, like, I think the last time we used the climbing gear, we were playing Pathfinder, and it works differently in
it does work
in
differently
Dragonbane now.
Do your homework.
So.
Do your homework. Now, I will say, Burke can make metal objects if there is extra rope. He can make any tool, if I'm not mistaken.
Metal common tools, yes.
So, grappling hook, pythons, pins, things like that. You just need more rope. Does anyone have more rope between the two of you?
What
Can
if
you
I
make
made
rope?
A metal cable or a chain?
Those do exist in this world, 100%. If you want to try to make metal cable, I'm fine with that. What is the limit of what you can do with it? Oh my god, is he? No wonder why he doesn't carry gear. He just fucking makes it all.
All right, fabricate gear spell that we've created specifically for me.
Yeah.
The casting time is a stretch, which is 15 minutes. So I don't know if we have to expend points to suck up a ley line or what.
If you want to try to do that, or you can just climb up out of the tides for now and take 15 minutes. He's got you to a safer high ground right now. You're out of the tides.
So I can create any common gear from the Dragonbane or ETHUANTIA catalog.
Okay.
Power level 2 grants uncommon, or power level 3 makes it mastercrafted.
Oh.
It'll last one shift and then break apart into pieces, melting back into another room.
One shift, that's enough to definitely get up. The shift is 6 hours.
6 hours. That's why it
So-
takes 15 minutes to make it.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can take the 15 if you don't want to try to tap a ley line. That's up to you if you want to tap a ley line that is sitting possibly under the tides.
This is kind of wartime. I don't know if it would be wise to sit here for 15 minutes to make a little apparatus when our friends
Probably
are
not.
scattered and dying.
Or are you waiting to see if Maria comes out? I'm assuming you guys look back as you're running, but you haven't seen
Yeah.
Maria at all.
Well,
Yes,
since the
as soon
house
as-
spat out my team in different places, or not at all, then
It's true.
I'm wondering maybe that's how it always works when you leave another realm to come back home. Maybe you get scattered.
I mean, no, but okay. That's a good piece for it. So looking, yeah, right. So grappling hook is common. That's 3 gold. And then I would say, what is rope? Silk rope is 10 gold. A cable is probably 15 and uncommon.
Okay.
Because if silk is uncommon, I would say metal cable rope is probably also an uncommon style. Just costs a little bit more.
How many things am I making? Because if it's 15,
If you're just gonna make
minutes.
rope, it's one uncommon item. Because grappling hook and rope are separate. There's no like buy climbing gear. You're basically buying a grappling hook and a rope. The way grappling hook works in this, you can use secure rope, can be thrown and secured with an acrobatics roll up to 10 meters, strength times 2 with a bane.
I can't fabricate a cable that just happens to have a sharp hook at the end of it.
No, that's not. It's 2 items. No, you can't. What was the old lockpick set that goes in your wallet that you made last time we played? You're like, I like a lockpick set. It looks like a flat metal card where it's punctured already.
One
laser
item with a
cut,
bunch of
you
stuff on
just pop it out.
screws.
Yeah, and I don't see. I'm looking to see if there's a climbing kit.
His powers are meant to be magical 3D printers, so I figured it'd all be stuck together in one piece.
And even like the climbing kits are tools. Does it say you can make tools, or does it say you can just make gear?
It says gear. I don't know if there's a specific term.
Gear is just
meaning
everything.
gear, but
Then.
it's just
Nope, gear is everything.
common gear.
Yep.
Common.
Yep, it's everything.
crap.
So it'd be 2 items then, or you could just make rope, and he could take the rope up and tie it off. Like he would climb.
Can't make.
He'd blaze the path, tie it off, and then you would climb. You know what I mean?
I see. So to make the cable, he can do the climb.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Are you gonna take 15 minutes? You're gonna tap into possible ley lines.
Just for times, let's tap into a ley line.
So, if you're gonna tap into a ley line to do this, if you would like to use an uncommon blueprint, I'll give you a boon from the cards. We have plenty of them.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause
Because
then
I'm assuming
that's
a
like-
Bane is coming.
Oh, yeah. That's. I mean, don't you remember how fucking tapping ley lines work? It's not good.
Yeah. So I'll definitely take a boon.
And with the tides, it's an extra boon.
Boon.
Not bane. Sorry,
Not a
not
bane.
boon.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, for me, it feels like a boon. Extra bane. So you'll
two,
wash one
two
of
Bane,
those.
one boon, so one Bane.
One bane.
That sucks. All right.
And then
Could
we're
I
going to
get,
use
help from
Star Troopers.
Regder by just being very encouraging and supportive.
No. No, he would have to have
magic.
magical knowledge, and he does not have a single magical skill in his archive.
Okay, I tried. Here we go. Rolling with a Bane.
Can I aid
Under
with
18.
crafting?
14.
Like
and
telling
5,
him what
so
to
14
make?
under 18.
Okay.
It's a magical spell. I mean, if he took the 15 minutes, maybe, yes, but right now, he's tapping raw magic to get a hold of what he needs to do this.
The 3D printer is halfway through the print, and you're like, now turn to the left.
No, it's gonna stick to the pad.
Change colors. No.
And if I remember correctly, you get to do this, and you can tap willpower out of the ley lines as well.
I should probably do that.
So because then it basically helps you with your casting. Let me pull this up. I would print this doc, but it is so large now that it's not even a printable thing without going to a printer. I think it's a D4 willpower back, if I remember correctly, when you tap it. So when you get successfully cast with the Banes, you get a D4 willpower back, and your spell goes off in a minute instead of, in an action instead of 15 minutes.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I have stuff for guns as well. They're gonna be able to use the ley lines here to tap and power their guns and shit. Okay, I'm part of an org for it. Oh man, there's just cards being dropped left and right now. Ley line, you got me on my knees. Ley line, god damn it, Todd.
They started it.
Motherfuckers. How many willpower points did you get back?
How many was it?
A
I rolled
D4.
how many?
I think it's a D4.
4.
Yeah.
2.
And then my next question is, would you like to use a Keeper's Eye to get back extra cards and move a tracker one? It's a D4 extra willpower points back.
Oh, yes, please.
All right, we'll use that from serving hands. I will move a tracker.
2 more.
All right. Are you near full again after that? And then obviously you got to cast the spell.
It's keeping me out of the burning health.
Oh, burning health. Oh, yeah. For those who don't know, in Dragonbane, when you run out of willpower, you can tap health. You can, it makes me want to run Dark Sun so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? All right.
File
So
that dusty playground, so you don't have to spend health.
I got to find this big one because we don't have our... We closed 2 of them off, but I need to find this very large one. Here it is. That's one more to this. Okay. As you summon this metal cable out, I'm assuming as soon as it's done, Regdor, you're going to grab it and start to climb.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have you throw the grappling hook and go through all that distance because we're just going to do this as a 1-roll phase to get up to the top, like you're climbing it, because we're not in combat. And while you are racing against the tides, it's not moving so fast that it's round by round going to swallow you up. So we're going to treat it more like 10-minute stretches to get through this part. If you want to give me your acrobatics roll, it is a 1 Bane climb, like I said before, instead of the 2 that you would have. I think the grappling hook gives you a bonus, if I remember correctly.
Grappling hook can be used to secure to a rope, can be thrown secured with an acrobatics roll up to strength meters times 2 with a Bane. Oh, up to strength meters. You can go strength times 2 with the Bane.
With the Bane. So I'm not too worried about it. So basically, you have to have it to do it, is what it comes down to. The tool allows you to use a rope and climb, like to throw it into the rocks and climb. There's no bonus from it. It's one of those things, if you don't have it, you're climbing freehand.
Correct, because that's how that works normally.
Yeah. So just 1 Bane. We do have some cards here. If you would like to...
Is the Bane from the area?
Yeah, the difficulty from the area, yes.
Got it.
It's a rough climb. It's not been climbed a lot, but you know the path. You've used it before. To someone who knows how to climb, that's not that bad, 1 Bane. But to someone who doesn't, it's death.
Yes. What do we have for cards?
I will pull one up. Nothing directly for acrobatics.
Okay.
There is... Yeah, nothing really for acrobatics. I just went through them all. Nothing I can see. Bushcraft is the one we use most frequently. I don't have anything for every skill in this game because it would make everything always work then.
Yeah. So, acrobatics roll.
Mm-hmm.
With a Bane.
With a Bane. Don't forget you can push and take a condition when you need to if you fail.
Ooh. Nope, don't need that. Rolled a 4 and a 6.
All right, so you start setting a path up and through. I'll say if you set a path for Burke and you set the cables, I'll take away the Bane for him because you've picked a good path to go up. I just need a single acrobatics roll for Burke as the camera kind of pans away as a side shot of you climbing over the course of probably almost an hour to get up top. And we
still haven't seen.
You have not seen Maria. Yeah, looking. You do see off in the distance like shadows of ether ghouls climbing up and over the plateau. Scurrying towards the outpost. And as it pans back, it sees you climbing. You get up. Set the hook. Question is, does Burke make his roll?
Which roll you want me to make? 'Cause
Acrobatics.
I got a lot. Oh yeah, that's easy.
What could
possibly go wrong?
A 20. A 20 can go wrong because you can't patch it.
Under 12. Yep, 5 under 12.
All right. As you continue your climb, it takes us.
Is running a red deck though.
To Maria. Oh, buddy, Maria. You're in a really weird position. It's you and the Veil Spectre standing there after you close the gate on her, and she is pissed, but she looks tapped, like she has no energy about her. The veil has closed, not the portal that she was doing is closed. The way that they exited has also closed, and it's starting to frost over on the trees. You know that where you are is getting pulled into the winter court. You're pretty familiar with it. If you were talking, it was muted.
Okay.
All right. She looks at you and she's like, you ruined my plans to finally escape the work of the courts. And she breathes once and she starts to flicker away. And she rejuvenates herself and stays material enough to continue conversation, but she looks like she's in no condition to fight.
I tell her that in the end, none of us can escape our duties to the courts.
I have been in service to them for over 400 years. And I got relegated to dealing with the tides after mortals fucked it all up.
You're not there.
I want out, and you ruined it. And you see her face like get gaunt, her eyes flicker red, that purple aura she has kind of fades away. She looks like she's trying to get enough energy back to be able to do any form of physical touch to somebody. Because you know, specters and ghosts, they have to materialize to hurt people unless they can grab an object or do something with a power. She's doesn't seem to be able to do that. Veil's closed. It's getting cold. What's your plan?
Yep.
Does Maria have a plan?
No, actually.
Great answer. Nope.
I think I do know that, but I think there we go. What's going on with these the waking slumbers?
Yep, I'm just deleting some stuff out of the way. They are roaming about, but they are not coming near you.
Okay.
They seem to be keeping their distance from her. Everything fades away as it's getting cold. Ice spreads across the ground, and you can see the symbol she was using is slowly forming into a pool of water. It's like kind of bubbling up out of the symbol and filling the area with water. Looks like it's going to make a small pond.
Okay.
As you're heading back to the Never. Which makes sense, because that's what happens. Tides consume water.
Right. It's the water's spilling out. We're in it, I suppose.
It's like it's like at the the sole of your boots.
Yeah. I think part of me wants to use the holy water, but the other part of me is like, she'll just reform later. Like,
well, technically, if you get all the way to the Never with this and it freezes over and you were to kill her, no. I mean, if you know the proper way to kill a specter.
I could try and do possibly a Myths and Legends roll.
Mm-hmm.
Figure that out.
Or a cult. A cult would work as well. Myth and Legends would be because you are part of the court. You would maybe, or I should say, ex-member of the court. Court on retainer.
Right. Okay. Well, that's bad. I got a demon, so.
The last thing you heard about these creatures is they're usually, again, not hostile like we discussed last show. They can become that, and that only started when the Dark Tide started invading the Never. You do know that they are very difficult to defeat, and there has been no knowledge in your court of one being killed.
Okay.
I should say destroyed or put to rest.
Well, with my foolhardy nature, I'm just gonna assume that it's up to me to figure it out.
Sounds about Maria right.
So I think I'm gonna let her, like, as we snap back, I'm going to activate my bloodline power to get a boon to any cold damage resistances.
It is getting cold. Once it starts getting really cold, you see those creatures, the waking slumbers that were moving around, disappear.
Okay.
And you're guessing on their disappearance, no roll required, you're probably in the Never.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll activate that. And then, unless she moves to stop me, I'm gonna walk away from her.
Where would you like to go? It's a circle of trees. Slowly, you can see a campfire coming to light to the north. Nobody is next to it, but you can feel the realm finally shifting. You've realm shifted before. Like, you've definitely done this before. And it is shifting and coming into existence. But the fire's there. You don't see anyone at it. There's a small makeshift tent. a couple of logs. There's some like bags for storing stuff. Frost and snow is slowly coming into view, covering it. This looks like morning frost, like in the warmer seasons of winter, or court of winter.
I will like start heading that way.
Sure.
I won't.
Yeah, we're not really combat rounds. We're more in a scene, so feel free to move wherever you'd like. She doesn't seem to be following you.
Okay. Now that we're here, though, well, yeah, I don't really feel like getting into a fight with her. She's already mad at me.
And you have no idea how long it's going to be before she reconstitutes enough energy to be able to do anything. You wish, Todd. Todd goes 1 to 10 days.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the tent to at least try and figure out where I'm at.
Okay. In the tent, there is a wrapped body. It has a bunch of elven runes on it. They're usually a cross between furred like straps, like for mummification almost, and leather. And the leather ones have inscriptions on them in Elven. You know, these are usually burial rites. The inside of the tent is slightly dug. And you can see there are offerings and pieces of, I guess, paying respects to someone who has passed and still doing service. It's very common for elves to leave behind, similar to like Egyptians did. But they will keep visiting the site and leave behind things they can use there. So it could be things from like warm clothes to make them feel more human or more elven or alive. They make sure that there's always a fire here to keep them warm and not to let the evil of winter take them over.
Okay.
This looks like a site that probably once a month, or maybe someone comes even once a week to maintain. Not that you want to wait a week, but
No.
it looks like someone would do that and be here. There's no footprints currently, and it is just frost and a little bit of snow on the tent and on some of the logs, but not a lot. Just a dusting. Do you want to search through it all and like kind of actually dig through a burial site?
No, that's just a bad idea no matter what you're doing.
Unless you got a box of Mortensons, yeah, probably.
So she's sitting there.
Yeah, she has not moved. She is sitting, she would be more in the middle of it like this, where the symbol was.
Okay.
And there's even like steps onto the side, like not steps, but like you're guessing something went over this at one point, and it's collapsed into the water, and that's reappeared now as well.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of those 6 candles,
Okay.
light it, and activate it.
And what does the 6 candles do for the audience? Because I don't know if they remember.
It lets me make contact with the Winter Court.
Oh, and where did you get those?
I
Isn't
got
it
those from the Osarian.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Assyrian, yeah. From, Nile, right? Nile was his name?
Yeah.
Or Nilst. Nilst is his name?
Because it was like, if I do that and then I fall asleep in it, then I end up in the Winter Court, but I'm already in the Winter Court, so...
All right.
Better
So
the devil I know versus the devil I also know.
You light it. You have no spellcasting ability, right?
Correct.
Nith, thank you. Nith. No spellcasting ability. I need a will roll from you at a Bane.
Is it will or is it languages to activate?
Oh, you're right. I forgot. That is a rule in Dragonbane. I'm a fucking idiot. It is languages to activate. Maria's like, don't fuck me. I took languages. Yeah, well, I know that's what she's thinking right now. Maybe. I forgot that was a thing.
All right. I mean, it's not great, but I'm working on it. So...
No, it's still a Bane because you don't have spellcasting. If you had spellcasting, it wouldn't be as bad. And these are not something you would have used in the court too often. You've heard of them?
I got a 1 and a 7, and my languages is 8.
A critical. So... Okay, so I will tell you this. Maybe
well, no,
you
it's
have.
a Bane, so I got the 7.
Oh, you got
but I
7.
still made it.
Oh. You definitely know lighting this, someone will show within 24 hours.
Okay.
It basically lights. There is usually a watcher for like a signal fire, and they will show up in 24. How long that's going to be? I need the audience to roll me a d20, please, and a d4. with that, are you going to kind of hunker down and wait here? Are you going to investigate? Are you going to kind of search the perimeter now that the candle's lit? What do you want to do before I switch back to the combat at the outpost?
I'm gonna search the perimeter. I'm not gonna go through the tent, especially now that I've like lit the candle. Okay. But I am gonna look and see if there's any. I want to see if there's anything that looks like the Veil Spectre.
You're guessing the body is probably her.
Is probably it. Okay.
You're guessing the body is probably her. She's put here. She's passed. The spirit is kind of anchored to this area by it, and she uses her abilities to take the tides and take them out of this realm to another, which means she has the ability to open a portal back to your home realm.
Yeah, but she was also trying to become an ether witch.
She was.
I think I'm gonna sit by the tent. I'm gonna sit by her.
Okay.
With the moth lantern and just see if any tides spew up from the tent.
There has not been any tides. You're guessing she probably gathered up what was here originally and was sending it. But after about 10 minutes of her like refocusing, she flickers like momentarily and she reappears on the shoreline, but she does not cross the water.
Okay.
And she stops like at the edge of it, staring at you. She is saying something, but there's no audible noise. You're guessing she can't make contact with anything outside of the water.
Okay. Then I'm going to, before like we switch, I'm going to just pull out the vial of holy water in case I need to pour it into the lake.
Oh, okay. If you look at the water, like, are you kind of like have it ready to pour? You can see there is a poured stone or pebbled stone line around the perimeter of the water that they must use as some form of a circle to keep her there.
Okay.
But it does go up to the tent, so she can go to the tent and back out, but she cannot leave this area.
Then I guess I'd be like here, but
by the camp. I figured you were by the campfire, staying warm. There's like logs here to sit on, you know.
Staying warm, but yeah, I wanted to see if like maybe she had been corrupted, and then that's why she started gathering everything. That's why I took the lantern with me. But if she's just sick and tired of being here, then
yeah, she is tired of being of service. With that, if you have any questions or anything, you can send them to me in Discord. I'll answer what I can. I'm going to cut back to, I think I'm going to cut back to Allie for one more shift of like, or 10 minutes of like getting things ready to go before we bring back the group together, at least the three of you, because I don't know what's going to happen with Maria here. So let's see what we got. Allie, with your sister, there has been a slight problem. She is doing her best to pull the spirit out. It has reached in to grab her. The audience rolled a d6. With the roll that they got, it grabs a hold of her and pulls her out and imprisons her in the on the soil and leaves the hand behind and puts her in like this clawed prison on the ground. And it detaches its hand.
I like seeing her get pulled out. Like I would like run and like grab onto her. So
are you gonna try to jump out of the tree to help her?
Yeah.
Well, that was on my action, so I'm already pinned. You can't like save her mid. Like that's not how that.
Yeah.
How that works.
No, this is like I'm outie 5,000. I'm out of here.
All right, so you go to jump out. I need initiative between me and you because you are obviously going to help your sister, and that puts you in the enemy category. And at the friend category, hold on here, because I have the cards. I get a ferocity of 3.
Oh, goody.
Which means 3 actions, but I'll let you draw first.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we get here for you. 7. 7.
Good. Good.
1, 2, 3.
Good.
So we have a 4, 6, and a 2. I did not get a 1. Would you like me to see if there is an initiative 1, which there is, so you can take it and go before me?
Is Claybell in initiative?
No, I didn't draw her. I will draw her as well.
Okay. And she's the one. Buttes. Okay.
She could swap with you.
Yes, I would like to see if there's a 3.
Let's look and see. ETH 3. I believe there was 2 3s left last time.
Buttes.
Let me double check.
All right, I would like to go ahead and
Yep,
take
we do.
a 3, if available.
Yep.
And then
Starger's got one here. For you.
Claybell. And then, yeah, switch with Claybell.
So 3 with your 7, and you want a hot swap for the 1. So it'll go you, your sister, and then the 3 action. Are you? 1 action for
Sister.
me, your sister.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let me line these up. With that said, you are first. What is your plan as she gets imprisoned and you can feel the treant begin to move, not knowing that you're quite an enemy yet? You go first.
Yeah. I want to get out. So I'm
The
gonna
mouth
go
is
ahead
open.
and...
You can climb out. There's no roll required to climb out. It's just it'll take 2 of your squares of your movement.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
can do that.
And she's probably 2 squares for that. So 4 squares to get to your sister if you're trying to get to your sister. So you're going to dive out, climb out, and go to your sister who's in this wooden cage. It's like you can see it is growing more branches and sealing itself up in a fairly hardy cage fast. So she cannot slip out of the bars in between.
Okay. No big deal. It's wood, right?
It is wood.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and
It is
summon.
ancient wood.
Sweet. Yeah.
You summoning your moth.
I am my Pine Emperor.
Your
he's a metal
steel-bladed
boy.
moth of death?
Exactly. I'm like, hey.
All right. It goes on yours, or
thought
do I
he
have to
had
draw
stalled
initiative
chainsaw or
cards?
something.
Do I have to draw initiative cards for it?
Its greatest command free action can act independently with its own initiative.
All right, so I will shuffle these ones that are left. And I'll pull one for that. And it got your... Oh, wait. I need to pull the 7 out. Oh, no. 7 could go in here. It's at 7. It can go in here. Because you shuffled it back in to take it. So it would go at 7.
Perfect.
So 1, 2 is the creature. 3 is you. 4 and 6 is the treant. 7 will be the moth. What's your plan? You summon it. How many points does that cost you? And you got to make a roll.
That's 4 willpower. Yeah, animism right there.
How long does it
That
take to
is
summon
hate
it?
dragon.
Please tell me how long it takes to summon it.
Casting time is a fucking stretch. Yeah.
So are you going to try to tap ley lines in the tides?
That's a terrible idea. Let's do it.
I mean, that seems like Allie's MO. I mean George's. Can you keep that roll? You have a Bane now, and because it is bleaked, there is a second Bane.
Dope. Okay, so we've got 1 dragon.
Yeah, well, that's great. That'll get thrown away unless
And a
you roll
5.
3 more dragons.
And a 4.
Wow. All right. So you can cast a spell at max rank with your channel if you want for 3 willpower. You can double the range duration or reroll damage. And then you get 1d4 willpower back for tapping it.
Beautiful. Do I roll that or chat?
And it happens in... Oh, you roll it. That's fine. I want one person to fail using the
Yeah,
Leyline.
that's 4 back. We love it.
And then whatever
Now,
it costs to
I think
obviously
that,
cast the spell. You still have to spend the cost.
Yeah, Georgia would be feeling, she doesn't tolerate provocation.
Nope.
So she's like gonna act before she thinks on that and do anything she can to get her.
So the blue flame kind of flares up. The glyphs on your new kind of bone body as the skin has slowly been disappearing off of you. The moth is summoned. That was you at 1. At 2, I go. I'm going to roll a d6. Audience, can I get you to roll 2 more d6s for the treant's actions? I got a 5. That's pretty good. I'm sorry in advance, just because I know these things hit like a truck.
We'll see what happens.
5. Okay. 5. You don't have an action left. It comes down with its hand that's not regrowing right now. The other one kind of regrows in between rounds. As it is swatting down, you see a series of spikes kind of grow out, like sharpened bits, as it swats to crush you into the ground. If I am successful, aka you don't evade, which you can't, you are knocked prone, and you have a bane to all actions until you pull the stake out of your leg, and it does 1d10 damage.
Oof.
For only 4 points, you do get your armor versus that, as it stakes you to the ground so you can't move. Then it would go in 3. Your sister is going to try to focus, cast a spell, and she is going to summon her spirit to fight for her outside the cage.
Okay.
I rolled a 17, though, and fail. As she starts to channel it, you can see parts of the briars and the sharp stick start to grow into her skin, breaking her concentration, and unfortunately the spell does not go off. That is her action, so those are done. The 2 is done. 4 is done. Now that you are held in place, I get another action. A 1. A 1. I am going to attempt to bite you with the tree. Actually, I don't attempt. I just do. As it reaches in, bites for 3d4.
Okay.
4, 8, 9 points of damage. You get your armor versus that. Crunch.
Alrighty.
And then at 6 it goes again. Your thing gets summoned, obviously, at the end of your turn. And what was our second? Another 5. I'm going to swat at your moth to try to pin it to the ground. Would it like to use its action to evade?
Yes.
Okay. Give me your d20 roll. It should have its skill in there for its evade. I believe they are a 12, if I remember correctly. Most monsters are.
I'm going to patch it.
All right, patching it.
In fact, can I actually do a superstition?
I mean, if you have one in mind, yeah, I will always take a new superstition.
Yeah. Moths should never be kept in wooden cages.
Those are glass. Should never be kept. Sure, I'm down with that. Go ahead and roll.
Cool.
They are. People are talking in the background. I'm saying,
That is a
they
2.
can't hear the cast. Todd said, aren't they averse to cedar? I'm like, they are. And that was a what? A 2? 2? All right, so it dodges. That takes us out of that combat round. From the house, I'm going to cut to me and for the audience. Flewjack sees the treant attacking the 2 sisters in the distance. And I'm going to ask the lovely audience how we want to handle this. Do we want to continue fighting the ghouls? Or do we want to assign one of our groups to shooting the treant? Because if we want to assign one of our groups to shooting the treant, we could possibly end that conflict pretty quickly. If not, I will give you an idea of how our groups are looking as the leaders of the group are Mo Rung, our ram-headed carpenter. He would tell you that the downstairs is looking on its last leg, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of support coming back up. His guess from my roll, I rolled a 4. He seems to believe that the veils have been closed, and this is the last of the ghouls. So you guys could just draw and start shooting the rest of the ghouls and clear out that first floor with one team. And the second floor, that group is still climbing all over the building as your people are knocking them down, doing their best to clear them out. Question is, do you keep defending the outpost, or do you help the sisters? As you see a hand come up, smash once, a bite as it shakes the upper torso of Georgia back and forth in front of the forest. And I will say also, because the sisters did this, you have lost any support from the treant. What do we want to do? No one else is defending the outpost. Oh, I'm sorry. You were. Your sister. You were helping. Your sister was not.
Just for once. For once, it wasn't
You were
George's
doing the
fault.
right thing, and she said family, Vin Diesel style, and you said tree, Vin Diesel style.
Vin Diesel
Well,
style.
fuck you, Drew. Drew said, wouldn't that be I am Groot? So, audience, what are we doing? Otherwise, I'm going to say you guys are just shooting the ghouls still. While you guys are figuring that out, I will cut us back to our two climbers. See if I can do this on the first shot. Todd's 2, Drew's is 4. Bang! First try. As you're climbing up the piece, you see the pines rot, the needles fall off, and the trees fall down and rot into like a pile in a circle. Like kind of like the trees just naturally decayed, but at a very rapid rate. In the middle of it, there is a pool of water. Like actual fucking water. And the tides are not touching it. It's like barriered by these trees for now. They're kind of hitting it like a break wall. You guys are about up to the top. You've been climbing over the course of the last hour. Near the top of the lip, you see the last part of the ghouls come up and over, and you see no more. You've definitely shunted the supply of ether ghouls without them killing other people and making them on site.
Do we see any sign of Maria?
Not a fucking thing. The trees do have, at this distance, if you're willing to spend an awareness card without a roll, I'll give you a little bit of information.
Yeah.
All right. Let's use an aware. With the awareness cost, we'll use Allie's, paying it forward. Hopefully you can come save her. There is snow that is actually falling on it in the distance. Just a sprinkle of it. Where it's coming from, you can't tell from this far. You're fucking 2 miles, but you do see, as you're climbing, those dead, decayed trees slowly building snow up on them. And you guys are in the month of Sturge, which is not snow season.
I don't know much about...
It'd be realms. It would be a realm check if somebody wants to make it while we're climbing.
I can do that.
That is all you.
Climbing, this is just a knowledge check. You guys didn't fail. There's no stress involved. You did not take the harder route, so I won't put a Bane in on this.
I got 14 over 13.
14 over 13. Do you want to push? You are climbing. Do you want to push and roll again?
I could. I think I'll push. We'll do. How about disheartened?
Yeah, makes sense to me. I mean, you guys should be disheartened. Like, you're split
Rough
up, your
time.
party split, you don't know where the sister is, you don't know where the other sister is, Maria's just fucking vanished.
I pushed it into a demon. 20. That's a 20.
You don't know what it could be. I will say while you are climbing, though, because demons are a mishap, you do notice that 2 ether ghouls have seen you climbing. And they are slowly scurrying their way towards you to meet you at the cliff edge. No idea. Not enough time to think, not enough time to look, because now you're avoiding the ether ghouls that are on their way. With that said, you hit the crest, help each other up and over. If you would like to risk rolling an acrobatics, I will give you distance between you and them. Otherwise, we're pulling initiative cards. Kind of like, how quickly did we really climb this over the last course of, 20, 30 minutes, making our way up, helping each other. Or we're pulling initiative. What would you two rather have?
What do you think, Drew?
Before we answer that, can we
Todd.
see... Well done, Todd.
Well done. Well done, sir.
Before I answer that, I guess, can we see the battle that's happening with the treant?
As you are climbing up and over, no.
Okay.
Because I need this climb to see how quick you get there. And you're on the back side of the circle. They're on the side facing the outpost. So if you're looking at it like from a side shot, it would be you, circle, treant outpost.
Right.
You can hear it though. You can hear fucking gunshots going off. You can hear screaming.
I mean, I think we came up pretty quick because he was using the steel cable, so I'll do an acrobatics to see how.
Both of you have to roll. No penalty, just a regular roll. So I want to see if you beat out the ghouls.
Okay.
Because I have climb speed.
How have we not invented Batman?
Get fucked.
Todd, you ask me every time. I just want to point out that we have numerous blueprint cards. If that's something that you want to make while you're in downtime,
I am definitely gonna work on that.
We have a rare blueprint literally just played.
Eric.
Yes.
Yes, that's gonna be
Dragon.
Ooh, nice.
I'll let you. Is there anything you would like to do to kind of give yourselves an advantage here? Do you want an extra attack? Do you want to get up and get 2 shots before they even get here? Boom, boom, one on each.
Are they running on top of the cliff, or are they crawling?
No, they're crawling along the side at you guys. Like if the crest is like another 1.5 meters up, 2 meters up, they're coming along the edge because they don't slow down climbing on walls.
Right.
This version does not. Stalkers don't.
How much time do I have?
It doesn't matter.
Get here. Well, because what I would love to do is I would like to, like, if we have the stuff to do it, I'd love to make a quick snare trap to make a Like I want to use it like a fairly large branch and have us both hold it so when they come up over the edge, we just let it go and smack them off the cliff.
I see. You're hoping to fuck these guys over with the trap. I'll tell you what. If you're willing to use your 1 to do that and not take an attack, I will let you roll to craft a trap with Burke's help.
Okay.
All right. This is so normally it'd be nothing. It's improvised. You don't really have this trap. You're just making something out of nature. That's a Bane. And then I will say, because of time, it's a Bane. If he helps you, I'll take 1 of those away. So it'll be 1 Bane on a craft roll. And then there's no card that will really work for this that I can see. I know Star Drew. I'm giving it to him. That's super good. I can't talk shit. That is a great plan.
Okay, so
1 Bane.
You said it's 2 Banes or 1 Bane?
1 Bane with him helping you. If Burke's gonna help, unless Burke wants to do something on his own.
No, I'll help.
Oh yeah, you did say, what's your plan? And you're like, this. And he runs into the forest and grab a tree. So be 1 Bane.
I have no trouble with trees.
I will give you, if you would like to use a special attack, we do have special attack cards. If you're doing something that's a special attack, it gives you a boon. Basically,
So
like improvised weapons, things. It's just made for those things that are outside the spectrum.
Love it. So that'll wash the Bane.
KJ pays it forward to save you while she's stuck in Never Never Land. Don't sing it.
All right.
I don't want to get hit with a string.
That is an 8 under 12.
8 under 12. As they come up and over, they immediately go to rush at you as you're one of the trees along the tree line. As you wind back to pull this thing, I have to basically use evades. That's how a trap works. I have to waste my action to evade. If I fail, I'm getting hit, and you said you wanted to do damage and knock them off the cliff. One of them ducks prone with a 2. The other one rolls a 19 and takes that bitch right in the chest. Boom!
Question.
Yes?
Does my Master Trapper count for this?
What does your Master Trapper do?
I set it up in advance so he has a Bane to their evade.
Fuck. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Doesn't it cost you willpower to make your traps too?
Sure does.
Okay. Well, that was an easy fight. That was a 17. Both of them,
Sweet.
He ducks, stands up, the other one grabs him, trying not to get killed by the branch, takes him with him as they go launching over the ledge. I would have you roll damage, but it seems kind of ridiculous to do at this many meters. As they go careening down, the camera cuts through the forest to the outpost. Outpost, what do we decide? Are we shooting the ghouls? Was that the final call? Is that the final call? Because I'm going to bring everyone but Maria on here so we can get everything ready. We'll bring Maria on when she survives. See if that happens. What did the audience decide? Anyone see it in chat? Anyone notice it? I don't want to shaft them. I see 44 minutes for ghouls. It's been longer than that. There's been a never-ending wave of ghouls. So one group's going to shoot the treant. One group's going to shoot it. So let's say second floor is shooting the treant. It makes the most sense. First floor will kill, hopefully, this bottom one off. Can I get 2d20 rolls? 2d20 for the bottom floor, 2d20 for the top floor, and the 4d6. We're going to split the shots? Otherwise, I'm overrunning the outpost. You got to at least be shooting with one of them. Or unless you're okay with the outpost being overran and me killing people and making more ether ghouls inside the outpost so that when they finally make it home, we get to deal with that. I'm totally cool with that as well, audience. Maria in the background is shaking her head no. You can't see her. I can see it even if she's not doing it. A 9 or 3, success. Success. What's the second one? A 16 or 4, success. 46 twice. One for the ground floor, one for the second floor that's shooting the treant. Let's see if we can't give Georgia a moment, a respite, to see if she can get away from this and get her sister free. 9. That is atrocious. Would we like a reroll damage? That's really bad.
7. Jesus.
These dice.
Ooh, you can only spend 1. I think we have a reroll damage left in here. Let me scroll down. We have an Ethauntia crit. Would you like to use an Ethauntia crit card? Let's just do that. We'll do a crit. Reroll 46. We'll add it to the first one. Or sorry, second floor. We'll do it to the second floors because you're trying to help Georgia. So roll again.
Reroll damage.
Well,
Katie, you don't have to yell. We're all right here.
Well, we'll use the crit card because we'll just add more damage onto it. So just roll again. We'll add it to it for the second floor. So 9 and 7, so 16. All right. The first floor, I don't see anything we can really use that's going to help you shoot better because we just used our purple card. I don't see a single blue card that we can use. Unfortunately, I think we're just going to have to let that ride on the first floor. So the first floor is shooting the ghouls that are severely damaged. Hey, man, it is what it is. You guys have been at this for hours fighting these things. People are getting exhausted, which reminds me...
Down to the rock salt rounds.
Yeah, there's rock salt round people.
That's all we got. That's all we got.
So the first floor was how much damage? 7. Okay. That's not great. The second one was better.
Wait, the reroll was another 9.
We didn't do a reroll.
Yeah.
I did crit because we don't have a reroll. I did a crit.
Yeah.
Because we'll add that onto the second one, so it's 16 points.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah. Still up. You did fight off the wave on the first floor. Second floor, Flu Jack is going to step in again. Unfortunately, I failed even with a boon my casting. I got a 17 and a 17. In the back,
I'm going to start teaching her.
The werebear runs around the front and tackles 2 of them at the front door and slams them into the spike traps that are on it. He's cleared the back because we're narrow enough that he are low enough on guys. He puts 2 of them down, adding to the damage pool on the first floor an additional 15. So that will take us up there. We're getting into the end of this first floor group. The treant will cut to Allie and Georgia as the boys are running around the outside edge. You hear gunshots go off. The roar of something wrapped in the sound of like timber falling. And Georgia, you see it get lit up with gunfire from the back, and it turns around to look and grabs a tree to throw at the outpost. We're going to draw initiative for everybody who's here, and then we will cut to Maria after this round to see what goes on. Maria, did you send me any questions I need to look at in our live show or anything? All right, just making sure. She's like, I'm just going to wait it out for this fucking Candle Lord to show up. All right, so we're going to start with Drew. Let's get this going. Drew, an 8.
Oof.
Georgia, the 10. Burke, 5. 5. I am going to spend Creature Fury Creature of Fury. That is a blue card for me. +1 to ferocity, but the party gets D6 willpower back. And you can spread it amongst the 3 of you however you want. So audience roll a D6 and they can spread it amongst them however they want. But this gives me an extra initiative card. Thank you, Serving Hands. Not that you want me to have that right now. And then I'm going to draw my 3. 1, 2, 3. And then my bonus 1. And then 1 for the moth as well. Because the moth did not die, I assume, right? Georgia? The moth didn't die? All right.
Nope.
All right. So, the moth is the highest right now. It'll go moth, me, Burke, me, Regder, me, and then Regder, then Allie's character, Georgia. So I go in between each one of you once. The highest out of you is a 10. The 1 was not drawn. Would you like an initiative 1 card to take? Would our 10 like an initiative 1? Oh, I forgot to draw for your sister. I apologize. Sister, 1.
Shit.
The only thing left that can be drawn is a 4. And if you take a 4, you'll go before all the attacks if you swap that 10 for a 4.
I'd love to take that 4.
All right.
If it's all the same.
Oh, I mean, I'm assuming we would like no deaths in our party.
I have 1 hit point.
I figured you were down there.
And a dream. 1 hit point.
And a dream.
And an Oreo. Yeah. I'm ready
and
to fight
nightmare.
God. Orbit, come in.
All right, we're gonna go. Do we have? I think we only have 1 4 from KJ. All right, we're gonna swap your 10 for the 4. And we start with your sister. Your sister is going to reach out and attempt to heal you. Because she has spiritualism for her casting. I am successful. For 14 points back.
I don't even have that many hit points.
Almost a perfect roll for her. Almost a perfect roll. That is my action. My move, I'm just trying to not get stabbed by the fucking branches. So that's my 1. Yeah. That's done. Next up is 2, which is Burke. Or no, Moth. Moth is a 2.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and try to, get all of these metal weapons to bust my sister out of there.
All right. So it's going to attack the cage? Mm-hmm. No roll to hit unless... I'll roll anyway because you could crit, technically. You just have to do so much damage to bypass the cage.
Cool. So that is going to be rolling to hit for this guy.
No, he's just... doesn't he have attacks you can use?
Yes. It says weapons, needle barrage. He hits automatically in melee combat.
Correct. Oh, that's right. You just do damage. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, so cage points. All right, I got my cage points. And I have my armor on it, or what we'll consider hardness.
And that would be 8 hit points.
Okay, so 8. It does not break, but you do damage to it. You start cutting holes in it. You believe, looking at this, it is breakable. It is a breakable cage.
Dope.
It has a move left if it would like to move at all.
No, I don't think he's going to move. He's going to keep working at that one spot, I think.
Okay. That will take us to... That was 2. 3 is me for the first one. I'm going to throw the branch at the outpost, or the tree at the outpost, I'm choosing my attack. I do 2d12 with the trees. 12 and a 12. Through the second floor, boom, crushes through. Audience, I need a d20 to see if the people who are in the way evade. Our evade skill on these characters are only a 10. which is better than normal. Usually it's a 7 for an NPC, but they're trained hunters, so I gave them a little higher version. Like they have done a little bit of work. So if I can get a D20 from you all, that was my 3. That takes us to 4, which is Georgia.
Beautiful. All right. Georgia is going to... Yeah, we are
2 and
going
a 4.
to cast,
5. Jesus.
or attempt to cast Ensnaring Roots.
On the tree?
So, yep.
Okay. What is my roll to get out of that, just so I know how it works?
It's going to be evade.
It's evade to get out of it, but once I'm in it, if it's successfully casted, it's an evade to get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That seems weird. I thought it was a strength to get out, or an acrobatics to get out. Or strength roll.
Nope.
All right. Roll a cast.
Okay. 10 under 14. That's successful.
So you lock it in place, so it can't move from where it is right now, which is fine. Are you moving? Like you're going to move to the backside of the cave? The cage, putting the forest to your back, or are you going to stay where you are between the tree and the cage?
I'm going to stay between the tree and my sister.
Okay, so tree and your sister it is. So that was you at a 4. 5 goes, so that would be Burke. You round the corner, you see the chaos as you two are running. I will say that is your move for the round to kind of get around the trees to see everything, unless you don't want to do that.
No, that's fine with me.
You still got an action. What would you like to do? There are ghouls attacking the place still. There is the treant that you saw an entire tree stake through the top. Just missed Flujack.
Are there any ghouls close, or do we need to continue moving in?
They would be all at the outpost. The distance between the outpost and the trees was 20 meters, if I remember correctly. Hold on here, let me look it up. 30 meters. Between the trees and the outpost, 30 meters. Far.
Okay. Yeah. Then we'll, that's like 15 squares. I guess I'll keep moving then. I'll use my action to just move further.
So you're running to the outpost. You're ignoring the combat with the tree and the two sisters?
No. Damn it. I thought the tree would be splintered by now.
It is not splintered yet. It is hurting, but not splintered.
All right, let's mulch this thing then.
All right. Fire bad.
I'm going to use my fire magic.
All right. What are you using? What spell?
There's a fun little spell, rank 1 spell called Fireball, which is not like other fireballs. It's a single target. It
is when you fucking start putting points into it. It does some damage.
Yeah, like multiple targets or even more damage, but still limited, which is nice. It's not, fire and forget.
Roll the cast. No penalties.
So I'm going to roll Elementalism. 14 under 18. So I will do this. I didn't say I was going to do a higher level, so we'll do the basic one. And this is...
Would you like to do a higher level? I'm fine with it if you want to spend the willpower points. I don't care.
No, it's fine. 2d6, 6, and 1. So 7 damage, and it does say it specifically says it sets fire to flammable objects.
Okay. Would you like to also use a Keeper's Eye to get some of the willpower back?
Yes, please.
All right. You get a D4 willpower back. I will move our clock again. Maria.
D4.
It starts to snow where you are after I move the clock again. Heavily. Starts to snow. We have one really big chart down here that I've been filling for like 6 sessions. All right. So that'll take us back to our party that's here. That was you at 5. 6, 7 will go, and then it will be Regner's turn. I am going to swat again at... I want to use a D6. A 4. Ooh, this is different. I am going to shoot Hardening Sap at Georgia and her sister in the cage. I need you to decide... Oh, you don't have an evade left, so you can't. So I just hit you guys. Currently, you have a Bane to all actions, which means you have 2 Banes to all your actions because you're still pinned with the spike. to all physical
Eric,
actions, not casting, physical actions.
Quick question.
Yeah.
And this is one week not playing is enough to sap my mind, apparently.
You have to use your action to evade. You don't have any actions.
Okay, I was checking to see if it was movement or action.
No,
Okay,
it is. You have to have an action.
fair.
So you use one or the other. That's why your initiative pull is important. Because if you go at the end, you can use it to evade, or you could just hold your action to evade. Now you're covered in this sap that is quickly hardening like a glass. Your sister is also, it's dripping over the cage, covering her inside as well. She has a bane to any physical actions. Oh, I'm sorry, I take it back. It's to all actions that aren't mental, is what it says. All actions that aren't mental. So that is my 4. My 2 is a branch swipe. I hit anyone within 2 squares, which will be the 2 of you. I'm not going to try to hit her, though, because I don't want to break the cage. I only do 2 points of damage to you. Do you have armor?
Yup.
On 2d8, I did 2 points of damage.
I love it. I love to hear it.
So that was my 6 and 7, which takes us to Regdur. You round the corner, you see your sister covered in this amberish-looking wax, or amberish sap. Her sister's locked in a cage. Your sister, I should say, is locked in a cage. Sap dripping over her. It's on fire now. All things are going to hell in a handbasket. And birds are flying out of the forest at this point, out of the circle. You see a group of crows, or ravens, I should say, fly out of the forest.
Great, let's bring a tree to life. Let's steal a soul from an instant where it says it wasn't supposed to be.
What are you trying to say? Trying to say your sisters don't make the best decisions? That must be a 20, right? You're cheering for a 20?
Nope, it's a 1. Oh, get fucked. Okay.
Well, good sir. Good sir. There's a couple things you can do. If you look at your initiative cards, you can, if you get a crit, you can take an action and do crit damage, or you could take a second action, another attack against a target.
I'm gonna do crit damage.
Now, I'd like to remind you we have cards, sir. And we do have a max
to add
crit card that was played.
Oh, do we?
We have an Ethauntia crit card, which is purple, and we have a max crit card, which is max crit.
Well, I mean,
would you like to hit and take the crit card for purple, take your second attack, try to hit, and if you do, make it a max crit? See what I'm saying here? It is at a bane, but man, oh man, all you gotta do is hit that second attack, so you can crit twice. Otherwise, I am gonna fuck some worlds up here.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
You don't have to. You can just do a crit and then, do crit damage and not take that extra action. That's up to you. We have the cards. You might as well use them.
So the extra action, I'm rolling at a bane. So I
roll
crit
a bane
once, and then,
you crit
I'm
once,
rolling again.
And if you hit, you can play the max crit card and crit twice. So I'll spend the crit card to start. That's serving hands. Done. You're automatically critting with your first shot. Let's just roll your second shot and see how bad this is going to be. Because your max crit and that together will probably be enough to put it down. I wasn't expecting an ancient treant to get shrapnelled by a gun and fire, but okay. It's a lot of damage. You roll twice, remember, because of how the game functions.
Right.
Drew, you get to roll damage. You should be happy.
I'm gonna use my second patch to reroll this.
Ooh, okay. Or you can push.
What is no, because agility is dazed.
No, you can. You don't have to push the one you're using. You can push anything that makes sense.
You don't?
No, you could push, like, if I want to be scared because of that kind of stuff. You can
I'm
push
already scared. I'm gonna be angry because I'm yet again having to fix my fucking family's bullshit.
I mean,
right, we'll do that.
Look, I don't blame you.
Yeah, 5 out of 9
okay.
on the die, so
we're gonna use the crit card for the first one. So roll twice, and then you need to also do your max crit damage. which would just be if all the dice max twice. And that's from serving hands as well with the legendary card.
Okay, yeah. Since we're doing that, I'm going to use Dragon Slayer on the second one.
Okay. Jesus Christ. You only max, remember, you only max weapon damage. All extra damage has to be rolled. Max crit is only weapon damage. Everything else gets added on. You know, while you're doing that, because that's the last action, because I'm going to die. There's no way you don't do 25 points damage.
Oh, no, I'm going to do that.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Wait. Well, 25 plus my armor. My armor is high. I am a wooded fucking being.
Yeah, no, totally.
While you're doing math, I'm going to go to Kelly. Kelly, the snow starts to fall. It gets heavier. You hear the sound of a flute. No roll would be required. You know that flutes are used commonly within the winter courts to pass information through notes. It's something they do for like long distance communication. The sharp notes can be heard over the snow-covered grounds fairly well. As the notes are being played, I would have to ask you, were you trained in any military stuff? I don't know that part of your background.
I mean, I was trained to be a soldier of sorts, yeah.
Because otherwise it's a language roll. If you were trained in it, I won't make you roll at all. Like if you served in the military and were on the battlefield during the fights between summer and winter, you would know.
I was trained to do something different.
Okay, so you would know the information. I would just need a language roll. There's no penalty.
Yeah. I'm gonna patch that.
Or you can push.
I think I'm gonna patch it for now,
right.
just because I don't know exactly where.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna get into. I don't want to be tapped.
That's a 7 out of 8.
All right.
For the second one, so
you know
that's
that those notes are a call and response to locate you.
Okay. I don't have a flute.
No, you do not.
I will do my best to whistle.
You could try to whistle if you want. It is a language roll to whistle back. The proper thing. You know what it is. You understand the notes that are being played. I'll give you a boon for this, actually.
Okay.
It was a D6 the audience rolled, and then you split it amongst you, and they rolled a 6.
Serving hands roll 6. I got a 4.
4. You whistle back. Yeah. There is another whistle, and it's much closer from the flute this time. And within a matter of a couple minutes, well, probably the time that they were climbing, this gentleman shows up. He is draped in white furs. He has a almost like bright white with a chromatic blue on it. There's some snowflake prints on it, which you know are for the winter court. He's carrying a short sword that is shaped like a stilettoed piece of ice, but it is, it's steel glass. It's something they use during combat. As a last resort, they can break it off inside of their target to make them continually take damage. And the next snowfall, they can regrow the blade.
Okay.
He shows up. These are emissaries that show up and kind of guide you back to places if you're lost. When you light a candle, or if you have one of these flutes, you find each other and you help each other out. When he shows up, sees where you are, he would give the courtesan bow. My question is, does he recognize you? He does, even though you've probably not been here in a long time, right?
Correct.
Like how long has it been since you were here?
See, I was probably adopted when I was like 15 or 16, so probably like 20.
A while. Hey,
Yeah.
elven memories are long.
At least a decade, yeah.
He would, in Elven, so the audience again doesn't know, in High Court, would say your full name. And say, are you lost, madam?
I suppose you could say that. This Veil Spectre over here decided
yes.
they were sick and tired of... She decided she was unhappy with her service and started trying to transform into something else.
I do know that this one has caused problems in the past. We've had to rebind her soul to this eternal pool. She is supposed to act as a veil guardian to keep the tides from corrupting this pool of water. May I ask, do you need to go back to the court, or do you need to go somewhere else? Is it obvious that you are half elf?
Yes.
Okay. Then he would say, are you on assignment, is what he would ask.
I mean, technically, yeah, right now. That's the deal I struck with the Asarians.
Then as a watcher of the Winter Court, I would ask you then, where do you need to go? And I will summon the notes to take you. I don't know. This is one of those moments where Maria gets to go, anywhere? Let's solve all problems. Mommy!
I was supposed to go and meet with them to tell them about what was going on with the Fawn Prince.
Right.
So...
But your friends are also all in trouble and the outpost is getting fucked. So up to you, which is more important to you. Friends or family? I don't know how close you are to your family. I'm putting air quotes up as the jerk GM that doesn't know how close you are with your family.
I mean, she's not. But the thing is, like in her mind, and this is me being foolhardy again, I guess, but like in her mind, like we've closed the portals.
Oh my god.
Or we've closed the veils. So hopefully the outpost will be okay. We know that they're piloting a giant mecha tree spirit. Maria.
Yeah, you do know that, yeah.
Knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And she has faith in Burke and Redger. So while she's here, instead of like saying like, hey, take me back, and then hey, but I need you to pick me up later on, I think I'm just going to go directly to them to discuss the Fawn Prince, because I think that is a much scarier thing than working on the outpost.
I see. Is your time here done with the Spectre?
Serving Hands played this card.
Yes, I stopped her from turning. Temporarily closed the runes.
I will send
very angry.
I will send a person to come and deal with her current corruption. I assume she is corrupted looking at her. And she's like tearing apart, and there's like purple and darkness kind of seeping out of her. She's trying to pull herself back together, but it's not going well.
She had absorbed enough of the tides that I was afraid she was going to unleash it against my compatriots.
Tides, what a bane on our fucking realm. I will tell you this. I will take you to your mother. Or do you say to the queen or to your mother? How important are you making it? Like, I'm seeing mom, take me now, or is it I'm seeing the queen, take me to wait to see her?
I think
you could pull the ace in the sleeve, like fucking put the ring on or whatever it is you have.
I think I'm going to say, because I know that there's like structure and I don't want to overstep my bounds unless I absolutely have to. So I'm going to say, please take me to the queen. I will wait for an appointment. But I do need to discuss the Fawn Prince.
I'm sorry. The Fawn Prince is locked in his grove.
No longer.
You're telling me he's no longer locked in the first grove in the Sickle Caves. They're not locked there anymore.
The grove is now on the material in Moldovia.
Winner B, ma'am, while I believe you think that waiting is the right thing to do, I will warn you that the Fawn Prince caused over 15 wars between summer and winter. He extended summers numerous times in the material and on 2 other realms. This creature is a burden that should have been put out of existence, not put to rest, to collect slumber in a cave in a grove. But we don't own the Fawn Prince. He is not technically involved. May I ask you, does he have his crown? Is he like pulls out a different flute and starts screwing it together?
From what I saw, he either has his crown or he's making a new one.
Is it white or black? Or is it draped in red?
For some reason, based on the picture, I want to say it was draped in red.
Do you want to make a memory roll? I believe that in this game, memory is intelligence, if I remember correctly. I will pull it up for you. Where's he at? Where's this ugly fucker at? Let me see what you get.
It was either red or white. I don't remember it being black. I got a 13 out of 14.
There you go.
Oh, it's white. I was remembering the red from the blood on him. Yeah, he's just covered in blood. I say it's white, and he was covered in blood.
I'm sorry. I know this is a very drastic question, but was it wet or dry?
It looked like it was wet. I know.
He takes a different flute out and starts screwing it together, puts the other one back in his pocket.
I'm like, I am aware that he ate his sister, and I'm aware that he killed his parents. I'm not quite sure what he's been doing there. I think it might have something to do with a situation that we were dealing with on the material called the Darkest House.
I'm familiar with this term. I believe your words, but I don't know what it is. I will take you to the Queen. I do know who you are. I would like to at least enter to speak with her before I bring you directly in to tell her that family issues cannot be discussed at this time. Does that sound like a good plan to one such as you?
Yes.
Excellent. He pulls it out. He says, "Follow me." And he starts playing. It's a totally different sound. It sounds like numerous flutes playing at once. And as that happens, the wind blows up and starts to move all of the snow in front. And it makes this whirling, almost like, you live in Wisconsin, you know, when snow blows and it makes that fucking tornado of snow. And you're like,
yep.
Yeah, no, that looks like a superstition. That's what he walks into and tells you to follow. He's got the long scarf off of him that is snowflake covered, blue and silk. Sure enough, I don't have a winter court page set up because not what I was expecting. We'll find one. I have one from our other game. As he opens it up to the main doors into, you would know as your mother's office or chamber.
Right.
When he turns and looks to you, he asks if he can see your embassy ring. Whatever it is you wear, you know, showcasing who you are.
Actually.
Do you show him the one that you got for the job that you're also on?
Yes, because that's what I was going to use to discuss the Fawn Prince, so I've got both of them.
Ma'am, if you would not mind, I'm going to send one of the ogre armorers to you. We have a item I believe that you should take with you. It won't help in your combat against the Fawn Prince, but it will help you move quickly to solve this problem. He will be here in a matter of moments while I clear history with your mother. And he doesn't say queen this time, and he takes a deep breath. He puts the flute away. He puts the mask on so that, you know, no one knows who's who directly, just like you would in courtesan stuff. He puts that blue porcelain mask on, and he opens the door and walks in. Is like the temperatures drop significantly when he walks into the office. Within about 5 minutes, a large, hunched over, walking through the tall halls, 15-foot tall, dressed in elven armor ogre shows up. You know that ogres in the Never are master craftsmen. Elves make armor, weapons, things like that, but ogres make large devices, things that are not what you would normally carry. Originally, I had planned on you all getting a vehicle from somewhere else in the material. But tonight, we had a legendary card played for the vehicle upgrade. So I'm going to give you one of the Winter Strider vehicles instead of the Plateau sled that I was going to give you that was pulled by like oxen, or not oxen, what was it? Goats. We're not doing that now. So I will play this upgrade card from Serving Hands. We also have numerous vehicle pieces that have been played over this season, and I've been waiting for them all to get played to decide what to give. So right now, we have, in total, 2 vehicle hull cards and the upgrade card. So I'm going to upgrade you to the Snow Strider. Okay. With that said, he says, if you would follow me, I would like to show you to the Strider that is given to people when dealing with the Fawn Prince. If you are unaware, the Fawn can travel from creature of nature to nature, devouring its being, growing in power. And he's telling you the history of this creature. Last time this thing went to war, it killed an entire season of deer and grew in power. And it makes its crown typically out of the remains of these creatures. It builds its crown that it wears.
Serving Hands played this.
Yours didn't use
Might
that,
as
if
well
you remember
open that
correctly.
moonroof.
Yours used the dragon skull.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I will bring you on with everybody else, just so we can have the whole cast for this. As we go back to the combat outside. He says, I was told that you have friends on the material. Would you wish to speak with them while you wait for your mother?
I would, yes, if that's...
Oh, it's definitely feasible in a time of war.
Okay.
And he would bring you into the room. There's ice everywhere within the kingdom. They use it for sculpture because it never melts here. And he polishes up one of the mirrors with the cloth on his belt. He breathes on it in Giant. He writes whatever you tell them the name of the people you're looking for are on the mirror. And he blows on it again, and it... With that, you can speak to any of them. You can see them. They cannot see you.
Okay.
Before you talk, Drew, what was your damage, just out of curiosity? Because I know you did the math.
Am I adding all of it up?
Yeah.
Or do each individual
total,
hit?
No, one total. I'll just take my armor off twice. Unless you bypass armor with things that you do or any of that kind of stuff. Which I think you actually ignore some armor because you're using a gun.
Yeah, give me...
God damn it, Serving Hands. Why are you making my life harder?
Oh, wait, no, that's right. It's not here. It's in a...
Serving Hands decided that one vehicle upgrade wasn't enough. So we have 2. So we have Kelly and 3 Serving Hands cards, 2 vehicle hauls, and 2 vehicle upgrades. That's ridiculous. What's your damage, Drew? I'll just take the armor off for now. I'm really not that worried.
Okay, 52.
My armor's 5. I mean, it's good. I'll take 10 off.
42.
As you rip holes through this and the fire starts consuming the inside of it from Burke, All four, unless you include the sister. Do you include Claybell, or is that not somebody you would include? Maria. Would her name be on the frosted ice as well? Or no? Would you be like, nah, fuck that bitch?
No, and not even like...
She hasn't been part of the party really that long, and she's been a problem in the past.
Yeah, she hasn't been a part of the party. She was a problem in taking something that maybe she shouldn't have. I don't want to draw attention to her.
Okay.
So it's partially, I don't know her that well. Partially, I don't want to get us in trouble by associating with her.
Sure.
So.
Sure. I would love to use
snitch,
my...
but you're not going to associate with her either.
Right, exactly. As this thing slowly burns to the ground, the grove is growing, filling in the gap of trees that have been pulled. All of the spiders recede back into the first grove as you all hear Maria's voice. It is distance. There's the sound of like walking across a frozen lake, like that cracking ice sound as she's speaking. What is the party doing as gunshots are still going off in the outpost, and you hear, Maria, what are you saying to the party? And then I'll ask them what they're doing in response to the action. If they're going to the outpost, what they're doing. What are you saying to the party?
I'm saying in Moldovan just because I know it's something we all speak, and hopefully they will...
The ogre does understand. He seems to acknowledge what you're speaking, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm not doing it to hide anything.
Nope.
I'm doing it so they recognize me.
Yep.
Hopefully, and I say,
They've with you long enough, I would hope so.
Right. I say, hopefully this message finds you victorious. I decided to take advantage of being stuck in the winter court to take our other problem, to the queen.
Maria?
Yes.
Thank the keepers. I'm glad you're all right. At least I hope you're all right.
Are the two of you going to go over and help Claybell get out?
Hang on 1 second. That's when I think I blow the head off the thing.
Okay.
All right.
There's the sound of fire in the background.
Yeah.
Hold, please.
Please pause for station identification.
Right.
Yeah. Go over and help get them out. Yeah.
All right. So, Burke, do you run to the outpost while Regtor goes to help break Claybell out of the cage, or are you going to go help them as well?
You have this here. I'm going to head to the station.
I will remind you, you are
Station
running through
identification.
tides.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the light on me. I'm not too worried.
You're still going to have to roll at the end of the day. All right. So is Regtor, so is Claybell, so is Georgia. As you run towards the front door, you see the werebear picking two more up in the air and slam them together as you just see the heads explode. And he looks at you. I do need to make sure in his rage he knows who you are. You're okay. The door downstairs is closed. You know the only entrance is technically through the back or to climb to the second floor because you guys have made... Now there's a tree through. Technically, you could go through the second floor where the tree is through. You're going to make your way into the outpost, or are you going to stay on the outside and clear ghouls from the outside?
No, I think outside to clear. Maybe
Okay,
meet up
so you're
with
going to
someone I
risk
know
yourself outside.
Yeah.
All right. Please give me your roll to hit as Maria continues to explain what's going on.
10 under 13 for my firearm skill because I got the old eyes.
All right. Audience, I need you to roll 2d20 twice again. We're going to do your outpost turn as well as we're doing this conversation. Roll the 46 twice as well, just in case.
After I told the representative exactly what we had seen with the Fawn Prince and how he appeared, he was distraught to realize that the prince is no longer being kept in his cage, and they mentioned a time of war, and we are having a Snow Strider bestowed upon us to help in taking out the prince, or at least containing him somehow.
Is that an animal?
It's a vehicle.
Oh. All right.
It is a vehicle, that is true.
Maria, when do you think you're going to be back?
I'm not entirely sure. Time does pass differently. Although because of the situation that we're in, time is of the essence. I do believe I'll be returned sooner rather than later.
Okay, that's a relief.
Are
I just
things well
imagine
there?
Georgia saying that as she's like, Doc, oh, that's a relief. Like immobile.
Yeah, as you're like tearing
hopefully-
things off, trying to get her
Hopefully
free.
things are well there, and then just to confirm to you, the second portal was closed. The second veil tear was closed. I was successful in doing that, so.
Thought of telling that woman to take a hike.
Y'all have been busy. I was just in a tree for a minute.
Yeah, we know. That turned out great.
While you guys are talking, the ogre comes back over and says, "Ma'am, I've been given word by one of our pixies that your queen says that she will meet you at the carriage." Oh, the strider, ma'am, the strider.
Of course. Understood.
I do not mean to interrupt. And he turns around, and sure enough, like they lower it down.
We hear that?
Yes, but it would be in Giant for you. For Maria, I don't think you speak Giantese, right? You probably only speak
Yeah.
High Court. So to you all, it would be in Giant because here it's everything's in High Court. No matter what language you speak, because elves won't tolerate any other language. But through there, you hear like like that kind of shit. So he says she'll be ready in a few minutes. If you could let your what'd she say? Let your servants know. But in Giant, they have no idea what the fuck you say.
Right. So I say, okay, apparently I've got a meeting with the queen in a few minutes.
Queen.
I don't know necessarily if that's neat. I will say that apparently the Fawn Prince is of the Summer Core, or at least used to be. So if he is successful, we're going to have quite a long summer ahead of us.
Oh. All right.
And
Hey,
I mean,
look, it's like Wisconsin.
Yeah, I might be biased, but I think winter might be slightly preferable.
You don't want all this shit melting in Moldavia.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like
Floods
I know
upon
I'm
floods
biased.
upon floods.
I said,
Collapsing
I know I'm
plateaus.
biased. I know I'm biased, but I think I would much rather have winter than a much longer summer.
Hey. Is there anything we can do to help from where we are?
So I think like the tone that I take is like what I did with Wilcuff when he was first like, oh, you know, my lady, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you can all hear like this audible, uncomfortable sigh from Maria as I'm like, no, you've been very effective servants, and I trust that you will be ready to receive me when I return back to the material.
Oh, right. Yes. Milady. That's that sounds great. We'll see you then.
With that, I will say, up on the second floor, Wilcuff would look down to Burke and go, "You want to be up fucking here? Or are you going to shoot on the ground and die?"
Hook shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the hand. He can make the
Exactly.
grab you by the scruff of your shirt, pull you up. Flu Jack is still casting. She's sweating bullets. She's blown through willpower numerous times over. There are potion vials all over the rooftop from her chugging and quaffing drinks to continue casting spells. I will tell you that with the damage from the audience, the first floor finally gets cleared. Gone. The second floor is still under attack. If the party shows up and the outpost brings people up the second floor to continue firing, we only have probably one good roll from the outpost, and I will add extra dice on from the rest of the group helping out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 with your sister. Audience, can I get 2d20? And I need you to roll me 4d6 3 times. They're going to get added together between Flujack, the other NPCs, Willcuff, the bear. They'll get 4d6. The group will add another 4d6 to clearing the place. And then the second and third floor will also add to that. Or first and second floor will add to that. So we got a 9. That's enough, but we'll get another one because you might get a 1. We did not. So let's start rolling 46. Someone add it together. I need it. Sorry, 4 times. 4 times. Add all the damage together. As the group, I'm assuming, breaks out, Claybell cuts up everything to get the stake out of George's leg. Burke is firing from the top with Flujack putting down rocks and dropping them and casting fire on others. Willcuff has been on the back re-mending windows to get broken from things trying to come in. So you can see like everything's been boarded up on the back as the group marches forward. Once the audience gets me the damage total together, Maria, sure enough, the queen shows up. She walks right by you, makes no eye contact.
It's fine.
She walks to this carriage-looking device, because I don't want to describe it too much yet. The ogre opens it for her, puts his hand down to assist her into walking into it. When you walk over, he nods to you, and he gives you that, like, parents nod, and helps you in. It's a classic. On the inside, looks like the carriage where you'd face each other. Right? It looks like it sits about 6 people if you really cram.
Okay.
Really cram people in. It would have been 4, but we had the second upgrade card, so I'm putting extra space in.
Okay.
As you sit down in it, she has got the frosted veil on. You can see through, but it's like looking through thin ice or a frosted window. Her look is obscured. Nobody has ever seen the Winter Queen's face, probably besides you. Like, family only, and even that is very rare. When the door shuts, she wipes away the ice. Her face is pale. She's very like an alabaster porcelain skin. It is flawless with that flake and shine of like wet snow, like a first perfect. The only time you like the look of snow, when it first falls. Her eyes are milk white with no iris and no pupil, and they used to.
Okay.
She has no look of like blue or pupils to her. She goes, well, and I will ask you now, what is your character's full name for the audience? Because your mother would definitely say it.
Full name.
She pulls the middle name too.
Middle name too. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Maria. I think she is vain enough to give me her first name as her middle name.
Oh, fucking absolutely.
Yeah. So, it's Maria. Zara, I can't even pronounce it.
Welcome to Elven Life.
Yeah. Maria Zariel.
How do you spell it? Z-E-R, right?
No, it's X.
Oh, it's
I
X.
will put it in our chat.
Yes, do it. Put it in chat. I don't even remember if I made this name or you.
I did.
Yeah, it's your fault, dude. You can't blame me for once.
I'm like, why did I do this to myself?
Because it sounds like a shitty queen name.
So it's actually...
I think it's Zariel, isn't it? Zariel.
Yeah.
X-Y-A-R-I-E-L-L-A. How do you spell the last name? Is it T-I?
T-I.
How do you say it?
Tealdar.
Tealdar?
Yeah.
Okay, so Maria, Zariel, Tildar, you have been vacant from the court for too long. I am not saying you have shirked your duties, but you sure have not been around for any of the important occasions, yet you come running back for a vital matter. So we will set aside your grievances with the family and talk about what is at hand. She puts her hand up and touches the glass, and you feel the strider pick up and start to move. I'm going to ask 2 questions. These are going to be the only accusations that I will press on you and your friends. Did you cause the problem with the Fawn Prince, or did the Fawn Prince come to you?
The Fawn Prince came to us.
I see. And you're sure of that, right?
I am sure as I can be that I had nothing to do with the Fawn Prince's arrival.
I see. I was told
Like,
that
I'm not trying to bullshit her and be like,
you
oh,
don't know.
my friends.
Hey, look,
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
steal that.
Correct.
You didn't take it from its location. Has winter set in yet, even though it is the time of Sturge in your realm?
Not that I have been able to tell, but I was dealing with a different situation.
And has summer set in? Is it
Summer
warmer
is-
than it should be?
That answer is yes, right?
No, it's been pretty much fall.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. There was giant
about
moth
it.
setting fire to fort. Yeah, that's true.
It's
I
been
say-
warmer
I say-
depending on where you are.
I say, there have been some unnatural causes of warmer weather, but for the most part, it has been fall.
It's fall. That means we have time. That means that he has not been able to retreat to the summer court to declare war. It means that we are still at a time of peace. It means we have a chance to put him back in his box. The only other moment of accusation I will ask is this involving your material realm's family?
No.
Are you positive? You know that they work in the shadows.
Again, as far as I am aware, they are not involved.
I'm glad to see that you're still an honest worker of the court and a semi-observant daughter. I can tell you that your material contract, they are unfortunately involved. You don't know. That makes me feel that at least you are safe to talk to about the issue at hand. I'm going to ask you the same oath as we always do. Are you working for the Winter Court right now, or are you working for your material family?
I am working for the Winter Court right now, and I show her the secondary ring that I got.
Ah, I see. You've seen one of our ambassadors. Well then, let's take you to your friends. Where is this first grove at within the material realm?
It is currently at the outpost in Moldavia, and I tell her
The weird ass name that none of us ever remember ever.
Correct.
I should just put it at the bottom of the
I
screen.
say the
I'm making a
Tarnavi-
button.
The Tarnavi outpost in Moldavia.
Oh, originally created by the Fae.
Wait, what?
As you say. No, I'm not casting shade or
No,
anything
I
like
know.
that. Like, I just don't
There's no
know.
dispersion, yeah.
Right.
Well then, the ride will be swift. I should be able to carry us from one of the mountain caps or plateaus and stride down. As long as there is snow, we can still travel from here to there quickly. The crown was white, you say.
The crown was white.
So it is made of bone.
Yes, and I believe I know why now that I had a chance to think on it.
I see. And what would that be?
He sprang forth from the skull of a dragon that we had found.
Are you positive about this?
I mean, the skull itself was a dragon skull. I think we determined it was from a red dragon. It had black fatalis that we were able to safely strip from it. So
Normally your mother is cold, stern, only shows emotion with family, and this is one of those moments where she is not able to hide anything behind the icy veil of her life.
And this is me just like telling her.
Yeah,
this
you're
is
being
the
honest.
shit.
You're being honest. She says, then let's go meet your servants and decide how to handle this from there. Oh, they are servants, correct?
We work together. When necessary, they act as my
Princess
servants,
of the court does not work for.
Mother, I'm a half elf. I don't wish to go beyond my station or break any contracts that may have been set up.
That's right, too.
You gotta live out there with these people. You can't come down to these fuckers.
A little bit, yeah, it's kind of where I'm at.
I travel with dwarf siblings.
Holy shit.
You haven't known annoyance.
That is clipped. He goes, excellent. Then I will keep my mannerisms dirtier than normal. I'll sit back. We should be there within the hour. And
So it's like Michigan road snow.
right, yeah. So, so she sits back in her seat, puts the veil back up. You know when she has the ice veil up, she's using it to scry. She can use the shimmer on the inside to scry other locations, which is very powerful magics in Ethauntia nowadays. Like to do that kind of stuff, you have to be directly tethered to a ley line, always. Like to scry across planes or across realms properly. That means it's a permanency. She's basically summoned it, tapped part of her willpower permanently, gave up part of her willpower to permanency that effect, which is something that you can do in Dragonbane, which is fucking wild. It's like the old 2nd edition permanency. It's like real fucking permanency again.
Like you got to give something up.
Yeah, like, oh, you can have this, but you're losing a toe. As the Strider comes out of the plateaus near you, just above, because there is still snow in spots, and it begins to climb down into the plateau next to the lodge. As the audience rolled all their damage, it was a fuck ton of damage. Between the 7, the 13, the 6, we need the one more. Was it another 13? Jesus Christ. That's a lot of damage. That's enough to take out the other group, because they only had 32 hit points left. Even with their armor, that is not enough. As we clear the other... That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. As we clear out the ghouls, and everyone they take down the barricades up front to let you all in. The moth speaker pushes the moths out to kind of clear an area for the hunters to make their way inside the lodge. He immediately tells you all to go to the infirmaries, to the, not the infirmary. What the fuck is the name of the moth speaker's area? I forgot now. Where he has all the moths.
The moth.
Yeah, the moth.
It's like right when you come in, it's like all the nets and shit.
The mothery?
Mothery? The moth house?
Butterfly house, thank you.
Butterfly house.
Butterfly house. So the moth house? Moth house?
Yeah.
He would put you in there. He says that...
Pavilion.
As long as you... A pavilion. Moth pavilion. Yes, we'll go with that. As long as you are inside here, the resistance to the tide should be better than trying to fight it on your own in slumber. Please, I know sleeping in daylight is difficult. We do have covers for your eyes to make it simpler when you do rest. So when you are tired, you must sleep in this room.
Professor, I think we could sleep in daylight just fine. We are tuckered.
You say that, but I'm going to close the doors, and it is going to be very bright in here. Moths are going to land on you, do their best to exude the bleakness from you, if there is any. And when that happens, you hear the weird, It sounds like hammering like tent poles into the ground. And outside the window, you see one like metal pole outside, and another one outside. And you see this blue and mithril carriage come down on legs and rest outside the window. It looks like a four-wheeled carriage, like a Victorian carriage, but it is way more elegant. It's worth it is a status symbol. As Maria would step out first, and I'm assuming, Maria, you would do the proper thing to help the queen out
absolutely.
Out of her carriage.
Yes.
When she steps down, immediately snow begins to fall outside on the roofs of the place as Flujack climbs down. Looking around the area, it begins to blanket slowly snow within 1 mile of the location. So the whole plateau kind of gets covered, including the trees in the first circle. Maria in High Court, she says, "Can you please open the door and announce my entrance?" I don't think anyone else here speaks High Court.
Of course, Your Majesty. And I do so. I open up the door and I say something like, "Inhabitants of the material, I present to you a great visitor. With great honor and prestige, I present unto you the Queen of the Winter Courts."
With that, I will pull up the... I think we have a snow lodge. Do we have it? This would be good with all the moths. Oh, that's not the right one. Where's their moth one lit up? I want our lit up moth. Oh, I don't have the... I'll have to find that one again. You are all in that front fucking room, because this is the area where you put all the moths.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're over here, right?
You are all here as she announces it, coming through into here. There's nobody in this front thing at all. Like, there's no one there. It's just you all and that.
You know what?
Yeah, that's it. Let me find.
She said what she said, so I'm doing
Yeah. And like the doors are open.
Either that, or you walk in the first door and you open the second door, and then you're like...
she would probably bring her out into the court area, but she would announce it to the room where you're all in. Then she would have to go into the next room and announce it to the next room.
That's what I'm doing.
And in this side, which is our infirmary now, the one guy who's like bandaged up kind of rolls and looks out the door. The guy you brought back. Like what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And then all the other people are cheering and like pouring drinks and getting food, and medical is being done right now because everyone is fucked up. They've been fighting for hours here.
Bendel's his name.
Bendel, yes. And sure enough, the carpenter would come down and greet at the front. I need to know if he knows who she is. I rolled a natural 1. He immediately bows in the Winter Court. And he would bow and say, "Ma'am, you have provided the best trees that one can work." As he kind of kneels in front of her. As she makes her way in, as you go and announce in all the rooms, she finally comes in. And she walks through the moth room and sees like all the moths and the moth speaker. And you all see the iced veil. You can't quite see her look. And she sees everyone wounded. And before like she comes into the main area in the stairwell, in High Court, she would say daughter, knowing that no one speaks this. She would say, "Are these your companions?" She pauses looking for a word. And in like Moldavian, but like smooth Moldavian, she says companions. And are they the ones that should be tended to for the rest of my tenure here? Do they need assistance? They look quite battered. You should get new companions.
They were, and I gestured to my party, and I say they were the ones who were helping fight off the ether ghouls from the Veil Spectre that I was dealing with.
In Moldavian, she would say, I am to understand that you are my... And she looks to you. Is she allowed to say you're related yet?
I can't really...
Oh, yeah, you don't have a choice. What the fuck am I saying?
I don't have a choice. Correct. I don't have a choice.
Yeah,
so...
she says, I can see that my daughter has arrived here to help you with the situation of the Fawn Prince. If you are her companions, I would like to tend to your maladies.
That's
You just
greatly appreciated, my liege. And I don't know why I'm British
You
now,
don't
but
worship
George
me,
is going to
please
lean in.
Stop, you're not part of my court.
Georgia leans in towards Marie and just goes, "You're never allowed to talk about like give me shit for my family issues.
Marie.
we can chat later."
The difference is that
You see
everyone
Regner's face.
else have to keep their stuff quiet.
You see Regner's
Like, I'm
face
not
come into
saying
frame when
that.
she says that.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Claybell
"That's
as
me
well, just
giving
from the
you
other
shit.
side.
I don't think she's ever done that to you."
Claybell's like, yeah, this is fucking bullshit. Just locked together, 3 heads together. Wait, hold on. We can frame this. Hold on, what? I'm fucking this up, and there is no reason to fuck this up. Hold on. If we're gonna do this,
Three dwarves.
That's
in their
not the right
frickin'
one.
Moonshine.
there we go. So it's like this. There you go, Drew. Nah, I got 3 of us on camera, so it's just her in the middle. Oh my god.
Oh lordy.
Oh. So she says, I will tend to your maladies.
What happened was,
Please, everyone. She pulls a small wand out. It looks like sculpted glass with the head of a frozen beaver on the end of it. Like it's just all carved ice. And she touches anyone who is wounded. It cures 1 condition automatically. And it will heal each of you for 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 points of damage. It won't get rid of the bleak, but it will at least take care of a condition of your choice.
gets rid of angry for me.
And heals that many hit points.
It's getting rid of disheartened.
And she says,
Queen's Beaver didn't make me sad, Noble.
wow.
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 You said it was a beaver staff, right?
No, beaver.
Behir.
Behir.
A what?
A Behir.
Behir.
Oh shit. I thought you said beaver.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
Yep, an ice beaver. That's what it. That's
I
what
don't
they
know
call
if
her,
this
an
is gonna
ice
come through
beaver.
or not, but
I don't know, I'm thinking thinking like Tilda Swinton from Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. I don't know. She might have an ice beaver.
Fucking ice beaver. Holy shit! I couldn't have. No, that was
That's
wonderful.
not what I meant. But all right.
Hey, we're going with it.
I legit
She
thought
like-
you said beaver, not
She like,
beer.
side eyes you like ice beaver.
Bruce Rogue backsmith.
Oh my god. She would look to everybody, kind of like taking in who everyone is, and then she would lean in close to Georgia and say, and like you can tell, Maria, she is side eyeing you right now for having what she believes to be an undead with you. You, I am assuming, are Georgia Barak, once Druid of the Pines?
Once and still am, as far as I'm aware.
You carry the flame of death and the knowledge of a keeper in you, and you have the skull of a arcane creature. I highly doubt the Circle of Pines blesses you anymore. Just casting Dispersion immediately. Have you sought out your circle to ask if you are still part of their...
Honestly, it's been a very chaotic 24 hours, and I really haven't had time to mentally process this myself, much less put this on anybody else. But, that sounds like a good idea. I should probably get on that.
Would you like me to send you to your circle? And
Maybe
Maria,
after
you
a
know
good
immediately
night's-
what she's doing is breaking up the band.
I think I first need a good night's sleep to be able to properly commune.
We will speak
With
during
my circle.
First breakfast and decide if you need to go home and visit, because you are definitely unwell.
I appreciate that.
Your sister steps in and goes, "Who the fuck are you to say who we are?" At
I mean,
all?
technically, she did get it from one of her own circles, so...
Yeah,
yeah,
why
I
don't
was
you
about
fuck off to your daughter in the other room?
Claybill, could you possibly shut up for 5 minutes without annoying somebody you just met?
Just saying she has no right to step in our business. You realize she was calling us servants earlier in another language.
No, I didn't, but she's a fecking queen, so I can understand how that might get in the... And what are you talking about, our business? There's a fucking tree through our house. Our business is open.
Yeah, that is my fault. Sorry
Yeah.
about that one.
We have the first circle sitting here. Fawn Prince is gathering power. It's kind of everybody's problem right now.
If the family disagreement could be handled after we speak, I would greatly appreciate that.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I'm
Wait,
assuming
who's are we talking about?
the three of you all smell of the same lineage? The magic is the same, the essence of nature. I don't mean that as a disenchantment upon you. I mean that sincerely.
No, none taken, Your Highness. We come from royalty, actually. So,
And do you have a room we can speak in without the rest of your occupancy following us? And she's trying to find like non-negative words to say.
is she talking about everybody? In the
Yeah,
other
like
room
all the other
drinking and-
hunters, the other people.
Oh yeah, we've got.
I say, oh, right, sorry, and I go over and close the door.
You
They
stink
party hard. They
the
won't really hear
same.
us.
You must be related. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
A bit. I go and I close this door.
Look, if you all
Like-
wear the same Axe body spray, you're from the same locker room.
Usually.
Yeah.
But I close that door and I'm like, they party pretty hard, so you probably won't be able to hear us anyway. So
Then, Maria, if you could lead the way, if there's anyone else who needs to know of my presence on the way. And if you go into this like storage area, there's no one there. You go through. This room is empty because it's kind of your all rooms for stuff.
Yeah.
But when you show up, Wilcuff comes through the dining room. I will move you all in there. You can put yourselves wherever you want. It's just easier for me to drag you all there quickly. Put yourselves wherever you want to be in that room. I do not have don't have a token for her. I'm gonna have to find a
walking
fucking
around
Winter
doing
Queen.
announcements. So
Yeah. Announcements. Well, I'm assuming it's on the path,
yeah.
right? And I'm assuming you're telling everybody else to stay the fuck out. Okay. Do you bring the carpenter in for this, or are you gonna let him kind of corral everybody else as the person who's been corralling them all since this fight started?
I feel like he might have the best chance of like corralling everybody.
Okay.
Like he's got probably the most trust and camaraderie built up.
Okay. When you show up in the center of the couch, Wilcuff is sitting there. He's got a tool roll on one side as he's putting things away. On the other side, one of his hands is working on repairing wounds on him because he's pretty fucking beat up. When she walks in the room, looks at him and goes, "A jester in high court to Maria?"
No, he used to be a clanless
A clanless what?
dwarf.
Those are... Oh,
then-
because of the sundering, a clanless. I see. Well, that is
And
sad.
then he was transformed into this by the Darkest House.
Well, that we'll have to speak about. Is that tied?
Hither sworn.
In Moldavian, she says, I have been brought up to speed by the Winter Court member, because she keeps wanting to say princess, and she can't say that, because you said no. I've been brought up to speed on what has happened. Unfortunately, I believe you are the ground zero for the Fawn Prince. I believe your world calls them cryptids, things that are unknown, unstudied, not understood.
It's ground zero, all right. It's actually right above your head.
No, it's out front. That is a tree that is up there.
No. I meant where he came from. He erupted out of the fucking floor.
We can look at that later.
Up.
I'm here to explain what is going on, to give you a overview, and to hopefully assist you. I will be leaving my Winter Strider here for our courtesan to be using. While you have the first circle out front of your door, I believe he has opened and made other circles throughout your realm. The only thing I am not been brought up to speed to, because our travel was short, is this hither sworn darkest home that you speak of. Is there any chance that this awoken Fawn Prince?
I mean, it's we're pretty sure that's where he came out of. He left a painting.
Yes, he did leave a painting in the gallery.
She snaps her fingers like someone's supposed to go fetch it. The dwarf, Wilcuff looks up and goes, I don't even want to be a part of this, so I'll fucking go get it. And he like walks away from the conversation and walks through, and he'll go bring the painting back in a little bit.
Sorry, mate.
Do you hide anything from the queen? Is there any information that you do not share? That is the easiest way to decide how much up to speed you bring her. Like, are you not telling her where you got the skull? Are you kind of hiding anything?
I'm not hiding anything because I feel like she would call me out if I was.
She may not know. You don't. She will always act like she knows anything. But if she's your mother, you will know. She always acts like she knows everything. But it's only through getting other people to spill shit is that true.
But also, like, all the information that we'd be sharing, I don't really feel like there's anything worth hiding.
Excellent.
Like,
that's what I wanted to know.
How long are we here? Long enough to do a shift rest?
Absolutely.
For this talk?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
The group can do a shift rest. We're not going anywhere. You guys will be sleeping here and doing all that work because we're going to wrap in a minute.
Got it.
Bringing her up to speed, she says, well, let me tell you what happened when we fought the Fawn Prince in the last war. This creature is tied to the Summer Court. Technically, he is part of the War of Spring. He is a general in that army, working for the Summer Court, doing their dirty work against the winter. I do believe that winter and summer should have equal time. That is what the courts believe. But the people at War of Fall and Spring vie for power for longer seasons because their seasons are shorter in general. Fall and spring are shorter somewhere. But winter and summer usually have the same amount of time in most places. Depending on how our war is going, those can sway as well. The Fawn Prince believes that spring deserves its own court. We cannot have that. There cannot be a third court. There cannot be a fourth court. We cannot have one for fall and spring. Their job is to fight for the two courts when war is needed. For 8 cycles, the Fawn Prince forced war in spring. Almost won 3 of those. He has many generals. He has the ability to give what you would consider beasts in your land a sentience to fight for them. He can create armies of deer during seasons that they should not be fornicating. They become intelligent enough to understand strategy. They do not become humanoid. They do not walk upright. But they will attack and become malicious in any realm. Now, in ours, they can speak. Here, they cannot. They become these cryptids who talk. They become of these things of superstition, of nature. But when there is a lot of them, I don't believe your land considers them cryptids anymore. These flying fire moths that you have aren't cryptids. They're prevalent in Moldavia, correct? These tiger thingies?
Tiger moths, yeah.
Yes.
They're prevalent. These aggressive creatures of the Fawn Prince will be the same. Overrun. And if you know deer, they multiply quickly.
I mean, it makes for a good hunting season, but that's about it.
Now, when they fight back, they don't. I've seen these deer grow antlers back swooped like armor over their bodies. I have seen ones that know how to set traps, using snares for hunters themselves to trap them. You are dealing with an intelligent species of beast. If he gets
interesting.
Frightening. Because you never know what is watching you. Did you go inside this first grove? Have you visited the inside of it?
Aye.
Was the warden still there? Very similar to your sister, man of bone. Elven, though.
He was.
He's the
He
one
was,
who gave
yeah.
me my ring.
Is he still there? From last you saw?
My understanding is that he was. He's the one who gave me the candles to
I
make contact.
would like if... Do we have an ambassador for your realm, she says? Like immediately, like it's normal? I would need someone to act as a liaison between the Winter Court. I cannot stay. My time here is limited. But I would like to reinstate our warden's position within the Winter Court and use him as a liaison between there and here to help you in your efforts. If you could provide him a room here or a space, I think he could be of much assistance to you.
Kind of looking at the house, like
I feel like
how big is he?
As big as he was when you saw him, elven size. She is tall. She's almost 8 foot. Elves from the court, by nobility, are taller. Half elves aren't.
Yep.
Oh, is she talking about the bone dude in the grove?
Yep, yes, Arian. Yep.
Yeah.
We'd like to give him his life back if
Starting
he'd
to
be
think
interested.
we should
Ooh, that's handy. I mean, I'm sure we can find a spot for him someplace. We've got plenty of room.
Maria, can we make this so?
I believe so, yes.
Well then, I would like to leave his belongings with you. There is a chest on the back of the Strider that will also be used by you until this can be remedied and fixed. Maria, we can discuss you keeping the Strider afterwards if need be. It's like your dad or parent. It's like your mother giving you a car.
Right.
I didn't even think about that. I do have 2 questions left for your companions, as she keeps making sure to use the right word. One, you each seem to have of strands of faded shadow coming from you. It leads into nowhere. Were you each in the house at one point in time?
We all were, yeah.
And you, points to Regdur, you have a grand amount of darkness that surrounds you.
I He'll hold up his hand and be like, "It's this bullshit."
I rolled a natural 1 again. Maria, I will leave you with a scroll for your companion if it is something he is interested in being rid of.
You don't need to leave it with her. You can just talk it right now. Get this shit out of me. I'd be forever grateful.
Oh, it's not a simple spell.
Oh.
We will take it and review it.
Excellent.
All right.
You will need to gather some things for it. Speak to your the gentleman who is speaking to the moths outside. He may have a better idea of how to use it, or maybe his sister. I'm not quite sure if Georgia or the loudmouth one knows more. Pointing to Claybell. Any of them might be able to assist in this, but it is a longer ritual than you will be used to.
How long exactly is it?
Well, how long has he had it for?
It's going
Days,
on about
weeks, months?
days.
It's been
Well,
months. Months.
Like, it's been months. Yeah.
Fortunately, that means that the keeper who is tied to you has made their essence a part of you permanently. It has to be severed. No easy task, but doable. I do not have time for it, but it is something that maybe the three of you together can work on.
Oh, I thank you. Yeah,
Don't
that's
thank
so
me. You should seek out someone who understands and studies dreams. It's the only way you're truly going to be free of this.
Right.
It wouldn't be as simple as taking the hand, would it? Your
At this
Majesty?
point, in the beginning, yes. Now, no. He would need to lose a part of his soul or spirit. It would cut your willpower pool in half if you were not to do the ritual right.
Yikes.
Willpower and soul are tandemed.
Uh-huh.
But it is curable. Again, not what I'm here for. I just want the companions to be at full capabilities if they are to help my daughter and to stop what is going on. My second question, and quite simply, is if you are willing to do this, I would like to create a sanctuary here for yourselves within the outpost. I will warn you, it will be typically colder here than normal.
I think we can handle a little cold.
I would hope. And Maria, you know, basically she can sanctify the building. It will be an upgrade to the HQ.
Okay.
It will be cold, but it will stop the Fawn Prince from being able to enter the premise.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea.
Okay. The place is typically 20 degrees colder than normal.
In the summer, that's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, you got air conditioning in the summer,
Yeah.
but you're going into winter right now. Unless he makes it summer, then guess what? Comfortable.
That's right.
If you are willing for me to do that, I would like to mark each room of the house quickly. If Maria, you could show me around. The rest of you, I recommend rest. I will visit the grove and send my emissary to you.
Of course.
Excellent. Is there any other question? And she just says question, not plural, for me. Okay, I give you time for one.
Have one, make it good. Otherwise, we're going around the.
How do we kill it?
Oh, you do not kill the Fawn Prince. If you kill the Fawn Prince, you lose Spring. He would have to be replaced at that point, and that is outside of my purview. That would be the Summer Court.
How do we trap it?
The way we did it was to imprison it in a tree and freeze it, making it impossible for him to leave. They're usually hollowed, old. The trees need to be at least the same age as him. There are other ways, but that's what we did. Probably spell their names. No, Rogue. Maria would have told her all the names on the trip over. It is assumed when she said, debrief me, Maria went, all right, and gave her all the information.
Here we go. She probably already knew them beforehand just from me talking to them magically.
She's been watching you, 100%.
Yeah.
If she gave a shit, she'd know enough to get us personalized gifts for our birthday.
She doesn't give a fuck.
She doesn't give a shit.
Didn't give a shit.
Maria hasn't got a fucking present since she was 2.
Correct.
So if
So you're saying you put the embodiment of spring in a tree and froze it.
Locked them up in wintertime, yeah.
we lock it in winter, we don't let it out. It lets the seasons be as short as they are supposed to be. Out of game, they basically make him a prisoner of war.
Right. It's just like, it seems like the embodiment of spring would have the ability to thaw winter pretty easily.
Not by the time winter comes back around.
Literally its job. That's fair.
It is. And they do it on winter court grounds. Like, they're putting it in the winter area. Like, they draw him there and put it in a forever cold area. You don't have that anywhere I know of, but your mountains do get cold. You may have the ability to do that. And I will say, your plane of existence, or your realm, sorry, of existence is not the same as it used to be. You have cold winds that run through these mountains that you might be able to use. As far as I know, those winds never become warm.
It actually would be easier to put him on top of a specific mountain.
You could do a mountain.
But I wouldn't chance it being that close to a large city that could...
Well, I would leave that to you and my emissary. Question is done. I wish you all the best, and I hope that your maladies, pointing to the two siblings, can be remedied before they take too much of you. Maria, you know what to do. And she turns and starts walking out. You would see the carpenter again take a knee, and he would immediately come in the room when she leaves. When he does come into the room, he says, we have a captor out back, just so you know.
A captor?
Yeah. A lot of our traps and walls were sabotaged.
Who is it?
You're not going to be happy.
Go outside.
Yeah, go outside.
You walk outside.
Anything to avoid conversation about what just happened in here.
Yeah, like, no pressure on Maria, right? You walk outside.
Like, yeah, let's just go outside.
Let me. I believe we have the image of this person. I want to make sure. I had it in here before, but I want to make sure. While he's walking, he would say, my understanding is he is an old companion of yours, Rector. He spoke of seeking a item that he says belongs to him. Any ideas? Does this help you?
Yeah, thought it was Joshua.
I will say he does not look well. His eyes are tarnished and black. The tides have licked at his skin for too long. He said some weapon of yours was his, and that it was rightfully given to him. I didn't ask questions. I'll be honest, I locked him in the barn, chained him floating from the rafters so that he could not be of any threat. He killed 2 of our hunters. When he opens the door to the barn outside, sure enough, it is Creedy, hanging from chains in the middle like you would put like equipment to work on it, chained up, hanging. When he looks up, his eyes are dripping green and black.
Joshua.
Do you wish me to leave you two alone?
No, it's fine.
Joshua would say, to close out our show, where is the weapon? Broken or not, is mine. Below him, there is, I shouldn't say below, off to the side. They have brought the image of him out, and he is missing from the picture.
What weapon are you talking about?
The sword. You stole it.
What's oh, you mean out of the temple that you were never at?
Do you have it?
Oh,
I'm gonna need a bullshit roll from you, sir.
and even if I did, you
Yep.
killed 2 people.
Yep. I'm gonna need a bullshit roll from you, sir.
Oh, eat a dick. 4 under 5. Bam!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope, I'm not. Bluffing's getting raised. That's for fucking
As
sure.
he lies, he starts shaking in the chains, trying to get himself free. The carpenter like turns his back to him and goes, "He ain't getting out of that. Don't worry about it." Should we assign guards to him? What do you want to do with him?
Did I ever see him with this sword? Like, ever?
The painting has the broken sword on the table in front of him.
Does it really?
Yeah, you never got to look at the painting. 'Cause
No,
you
I didn't. That's why I'm
refused to.
asking.
Yep, it's on the floor. It's like, I would say, sitting off the side against like a bale of food for like the goats and shit. But the sword is on the table, broken in
Are
pieces.
the other pieces in it?
Yes, all of the pieces to the sword are in the painting, like painted. With that, I'm going to end our show for the night. Nope. Ending the show for the night. Nope. With that said, we are obviously off next week. It is a holiday week, everybody. We are not going to be on. We will be now have the Snow Strider. We are also have an actual quest line. You are hunting probably the most powerful cryptid this group's ever hunted. We got a new stratagem card tonight as well, which we'll have to discuss. We'll have to go through our experience. Tons of gales, because the group is going to get a month of preparation time as you are researching what to do, figuring out what's going on with the Fawn Prince, because you ain't going to headlong into him. And during that month, you will have access to the emissary for the Winter Court. She was... Todd did see the painting, Star Drew. She was going to ask her daughter to do it, but knowing that... she'd probably say no to be a representative for the realm, for the high courts in this specific situation. She is going to have somebody else do it. So we're going to have a new NPC as well. And we're going to go into Secret after the show here and do our experience. I will tally up all of our rare blueprints, talk to Todd about how to make a fucking hook shot, because we know that's going to happen. And gales and squalls galore have been played as we arm up over the next month to come back in 2 weeks for our another show. Does anyone have anything going on this week before we take our little break, our week off? I will still be around streaming, obviously.
I said at the end of last episode, for accountability, I was going to make an item and release it today. That was going to happen right up until I saved over the file in an incorrect manner and lost it several hours ago.
Oh no.
I have so done that.
Next show.
Allie and I feel
2 weeks to catch up.
Allie and I feel real bad as people who have definitely done that in the past.
Emotional damage.
I wanted to save out a layer as a transparent PNG, and I ended up saving the whole file as just that layer as the transparent PNG. It's
Uneditable. Don't you wish there was a Wayback Time Machine for Clip Studio?
Yeah, I could have done that, but I had closed the program last night because
You thought you
there
were
was shit going. Yeah,
You think you're
there was a
done?
storm coming through, and I was like, I'm going to shut everything down just and plug it all just in case.
That's today too. We're supposed to be getting a storm here at 1. We'll see what happens. Anybody else? Drew, Thursday, are you going to be doing some spoopy games?
Yeah, I think we're gonna play some more 7 Days to Die if anybody wants to hop in.
Drew, during Secret Time, there is a new spooky game I'm interested in that we will have to talk about. It's made from the same people who did GTFO. It's an asymmetrical horror game.
Asymmetrical.
That means that it's 2v4, 2 monsters, 4 survivors.
Okay.
That means that we can play monsters and fuck everyone's lives up.
Have you
Army of 2.
Army of 2.
Army of 2 monsters.
Except the servers still work. Georgia, you got anything going on? I know you had family in town last week.
Tomorrow is going to be the finale of You're Invited, which is a Call of Cthulhu game over on Rediscovery RPG. So check that out over on Twitch.
Allie, I gotta say, in 10 Candles, I expected you to blow the candle out on somebody. What the fuck happened, girl?
Oh, I'm waiting. We decided to do a 2-parter.
Of course you did.
And yeah.
Should have killed him.
So we had a tone shift at the very end. I was letting them get lulled into that sense of security, and now we're gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah. I was expecting death. I was disappointed. That's okay. I didn't kill anyone during this show. Wave bye, everybody. We're gonna go to Secret Time to our experience really quick. For those who have your Secret shirts, you know what to do. You'll meet us over in our Discord channel. For those who are not in it, we've had some new people join. Welcome, Chameleon. I haven't seen you in ages. We used to play Invisible Sun together. They were our GM for Invisible Sun, which is super cool. One of the only times I get to play games. If you're not in the Discord, link below. To Star Drew, I added Canada to the patches. Check it out. You might be able to get one now. I didn't have that available before because shipping international sucks shit, and I'm a solo person. For everybody else, I will be back tomorrow working on finishing my zine for the Game Jam. I have a good chunk of it done. I'm really excited for what it is. And if you haven't seen it, I made the Lancer class for Shadow Dark into a wonderful action figure back of a box. It is, I think, very entertaining. If you're watching this afterwards, on this side, there's gonna be a video to watch. On this side, subscribe. I think we hit 334, 335 tonight. We're creeping up on that 500, everybody. And until next time, like always, beware, for the tides will find you. Have a great night, everyone.